All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Cloud Ninja Podcast. Today we're joined by two lovely co-hosts, Free Game Nina the Third and Mel the Creator, and of course we will be talking about Chapter 11, the official release on today's pod.
What's up? What's up?
What's up? Chilling. So we didn't necessarily do ratings for the chapter. On the last pod, y'all want to do ratings this pod?
For sure, hit it up.
Yeah.
If I'd give my rating, I, for this particular chapter, I feel like a lot of my ratings been like crazy high, but it's just simply because like a lot of plot heavy stuff has been happening. Like, let's be honest, like Himawari, we find out how strong she is. She actually did something substantive in this episode. Sarada and Hidari, their storyline is actually moving forward. Boruto finally came back to the Hidden Leaf Village, so this is gonna be a high rating. I'd give it like a solid 8.5 or 9. Either one of those two. I thought this chapter right here, one of the things that I did that I like a lot is both having action but also furthering the plot. I thought that dance isn't necessarily like always like the easiest thing for Boruto writers to actually do, and I thought they did a decent job of that in this particular chapter. One of the things that I really did want to see a little bit more of was maybe a Kawaki fight or something like that. But hey, I guess Kawaki taking a backseat is good for right now, especially with his power levels. But a lot of stuff that did actually happen in this chapter, I won't necessarily say answer a lot of the questions, but it brought up a lot more new questions. Like, for example, like how strong is Himawari for sure? Because supposedly Jura is now talking about him actually having to like finally tap into his actual powers to actually beat Himawari. So like a whole bunch of new stuff and new elements were actually introduced in this chapter. So plot wise, I think it rates very, very highly. So yeah, I thought it was a decent chapter. So 8.5 or 9. If you hold me to one, I'd go 8.5.
It's decent. It's decent. It was a decent chapter for me as well. I gave it like a 7.5. It feels like not too much really happened, but a lot happened at the same time. If that makes any sense, if that's not a contradicting statement. Like it, maybe because we read the leaks or whatever, but it just doesn't. It just seems like it was just a touch and go chapter, really. Like I like, we finally get to see him and Wari go all out. Like you said, the furtherance of the relationship with Jura and Sarada was pretty interesting. And I think they even like kind of hinted that the data book thing that we covered with Boruto having limitations on the flying Raijin. I don't know I had sent it in a chat in our group text chat where he was like location is square or something like that, and you had a frog on the top holding a square looking at Sarada. So that could be a note to his limitations. Like he can't use the flying Raijin without these frogs for right now, which is interesting to see how Koji actually taught him. Because if we are going under the assumption that Koji is Jiraiya, which he is, he might be able to tap into some of those memories and be able to teach Boruto the fundamentals of the flying Raijin. Because you would assume that he would know because his student is the one who created it. So I don't know. It was a pretty decent chapter. I can't really harp on it. It was a decent chapter. I like the fights and stuff like that. I think the Sarada and Hidari, what is his name? Did I say his name right? Hidari? I think the Sarada and Hidari fight could have been a little bit longer though. Like didn't really get to see really too much of a fight,
Yeah, I was kind of hoping we would see a little bit more in this particular chapter because, yeah, like the last chapter, it was some stuff. Don't get me wrong. Let's be honest. We find out Sarada is actually like super fast. Reaction time is there. Sharingan, she's able to actually finally use it. But like, I really wish we did get to see a little bit more stuff in this particular chapter, especially because like Hidari looked like it looks like at least me, I kind of underrated him, but in this chapter, it looks like he's actually what I kind of thought he's supposed to be. Mm-hmm. And then I just wish Sarada had some sort of like rebut to that.
I think Sarada was more shell shocked than anything, honestly. Seeing her dad in that form,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so because she was like, if you tell me who you are or what's going on, I'll heal you. Like, what? Take this nigga out.
Yeah. Facts.
We talking about I'll heal you. And then the claw marks heals wounds too. I didn't know that. Like that was the first time I ever realized that. Because Hidari, he went into the claw mark, came out, and his wound was healed.
I wouldn't necessarily say the claw mark healed it because he's
Mm.
like a tail
Oh, a
beast,
tail beast.
and
True.
tail beasts
Facts.
naturally have
Facts.
like regenerative. So that might be it. It might just be the fact that it just regenerated while he was in a
Facts.
claw mark. It could also just be the fact that hey, the claw mark also has regenerative abilities, like what you were saying, but we just
Hmm.
don't necessarily know yet. But I just assume it's because he's a tail beast.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't even think about that one. That's a good one. Mello.
Yeah, I think this chapter is definitely for me another 10 out of 10 chapter in a long line of 10 out of 10 chapters. Mine is like I think chapter 7 with Mitsuki. I think I give that one a 7. But yeah, this chapter was pretty fire for me. You got some great character development for your villains, which is always good, or your antagonist in Jura as he wants to go all out, or at least is going to show a little bit more of his power. And as he's asking more probing questions, is just furthering that established kind of characterization that he's been building up towards, from the start of his introduction. And the same goes for Hidari as well, which is really interesting. A little bit of an understanding about his character, even when he doesn't speak, just what he does, his actions. He seems to be like on demon time, kind of animalistic in his reactions. Just so that's kind of pretty interesting. Like when Sarada first shows up, he goes for the kill. When Konohamaru attacks him, he goes for the kill. Like, so he doesn't have that same kind of remorse that a Jura has. So I found that to be interesting. He didn't give one an option to run away or whatever, get out of the way as I get my target. No, he just went demon time. So there's a distinction between those two antagonists, which I think, makes them great for pairing, for a pair, for pairing them up. So yeah, the characterization is fantastic for the antagonists. As far as the protagonists, I would say Himawari was fantastic. This was her showcase episode chapter for the most part. I didn't really expect her to defeat Jura 11 chapters in, who is seemingly being positioned as the leader of the main antagonizing group so far in TBV. So I just wanted to see her get some cool moments, and I think we got that. I hope, if this gets animated at some point, they flesh that fight out a little bit more. But I do like what I saw. I think it's a good foundation to build the top of in the animation if it does happen. As far as Sarada goes, I did find it really interesting with her characterization in this one because it reaffirms her empathy for people, where she takes down Hirari and she says that the Chidori attack is a fatal wound and she will put him out his misery if he answers questions for her. And I found that to be really compelling. One, it speaks to her empathy, like I said before, but also it does really explain why she doesn't like press the issue. I have a whole video explaining this entire situation with Sarada in this chapter, for those who are a little slower on the uptake. But that video kind of goes into details. Number one, what she's looking for is information from this person. She says this repeatedly. Number two, she establishes that she believes Chidori is fatal, which informs why she doesn't press the attack, also in conjunction with her wanting information. It doesn't make sense to kill the person you want information from. And it also makes sense to stop and ask questions if the wound is fatal to get those answers before that person succumbs to those wounds. And this also informs, excuse me, this also informs what she did with the claw grimes when she hit them with the Chidori. So clearly her belief system is that the Chidori is a fatal attack, which makes sense. It is an assassination attack, so spoken by Mike Togai in the tuning exams when Sasuke first used it. So all of that makes sense. This is what we call context that informs the decision makings of the characters. So I found that to be pretty compelling as well. I do have a problem and don't have a problem with Sarada effectively dropping her guard in the middle of battle. I'm fine with it. She's 15 years old. It's 11 chapters into the time skip. It's a deficiency, which I think is which I think is good for a female character in this particular political climate with the whole culture war stuff. You don't want her to be labeled a Mary Sue who just gets power ups and dominates without any adversity or struggle or things to overcome or improve on. So I think from a writing standpoint, it's fantastic what happened in the chapter. I probably would not have written it a different way. Foundationally, you always do something different. You're a different person. But on a foundational level, I think I would have done something similar. I would not have her beat Hirari here. It's too soon. You need to build that. And so I think that was fantastic for Sarada's character as well. Um, and then also moving, into like back to Hirari, the fact that he is that character who is willing to do those sneaky tactics because he doesn't really have some kind of code that he's following, no honor code or any system like that. He's just doing what needs to be done, which I can find to be compelling in an antagonist in particular. And then this Konohamaru, I'll kind of hurry up here. I know I'm talking a lot. And then this Konohamaru, who I found to be very great in this chapter. Like my mom always says, something beats a zero. And when the character is being clowned on for years and he hasn't had that much going for him in terms of the perspectives of the general viewing audience. Now, for people like me who dive deep into the series, we understand that Konohamaru is a generational talent, right? We understand that he can infuse nature element release into his Rasengan, something that Kakashi and Minato Namikaze, the fourth and sixth Hokages, couldn't even do, right? And so, spoken by Yamato and Kakashi, people who can do this are highly skilled and have natural affinity for this type of thing. We also know that Naruto told Konohamaru that he picks up on things quicker than he does. So he's similar to like a Boruto in that sense. Because Jiraiya tells the same thing to Boruto during the time slip arc. So this was not a surprise to people like me. However, I am surprised at how high they're scaling Konohamaru given his speed feats in this particular chapter versus Hirari, who's moving at amplified speeds through Chidori Strike. I did find all that to be pretty cool. But it also, again, with Sarada, again with Boruto, where he loses to Bug because he has to beg code for help after their 1v1. He fails his mission. The same for Himawari, she fails her mission. Same for Sarada, she fails her mission. She does not get that data that she's looking for, that information. Konohamaru does have a setback, at least a physical one, where he gets knocked back. That just shows improvement. So from a writing standpoint, Kishimoto is letting you know he can hang with these people to a degree, but there's still room for improvement. So I find that to be fantastic. Pacing is great for a monthly chapter release. It's very fast, but I think it needs to be given the monthly release. And outside of that, I think everything was working pretty fine. I like how Boruto showed up towards the end. They had him written out of the series for a few months with the karma shenanigans. They haven't paid that off, and they don't need to. It's too soon with Momoshiki. But he did show up, save the day, which is great for his character. Welcome back. And he's on the battlefield ready to throw down. And I think that's a great cliffhanger. Like all the other great cliffhangers this entire run for TBV have been fantastic for anticipation. So yeah, 10 out of 10 chapter. Characterization for villains, heroes, pacing, and cliffhanger, big moments. This is going to play very well in an anime format. And I think this is probably... This with chapter 10, if I put them together, are probably my favorite little stints in TBV so far. Just get a lot. But yeah.
Oh, that's real. I like that. That's a good breakdown. Shout out to Apex Calibre for the $5 donation. He said Jura's gonna go to Hadari immediately via claw marks. Kawaki will be ghosted again. Time to see Boruto truly tested. Momoshiki has to be shown.
Wait,
I don't think.
Want me to read it again?
Oh, yeah.
I hit it up again.
Yeah,
Says Jorah's going to go to Hadari immediately via the claw marks. Kawaki will be ghosted again. Time to see Boruto truly tested. Momoshiki has to be shown. Thank you for the donation, Apex.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't want Momoshiki to be shown yet. I can understand a situation where he might need more power, and then Momoshiki, speaks to him, or he, accidentally taps into it, or whatever the case may be. Maybe someone gets really injured, maybe Himawari or Sarada, and then he kind of gets angry and loses a little bit of control. I think that could be pretty impactful. I'm not entirely sure why he would stick around and fight, understanding that he's at a disadvantage, and there's still 2 other Shinju that have yet to arrive. But I do think, as far as that goes, I wouldn't say I think Momoshiki should show up yet. We want to save a little bit in the chamber in terms of mystery and intrigue, but I don't remember what else you said. But yeah, that's my answer.
He said Jorah's going to go to Hadari immediately via claw marks. Kawaki will be ghosted again. Time to see Boruto truly tested. And you already answered the Momoshiki part.
Yes, for the first part, probably. Kawaki being ghosted again. There's no you can't have Kawaki on the battlefield near Boruto. So maybe. and he flies very slow. Okay, so and as far as time for Boruto to truly be tested, he's already been tested and he lost 1v1 a bug. So he's already like lost a fair 1v1. So yeah.
I
And
don't
he
know if it
Lord
was
packed
one
him
v
up.
one. He lost, but I don't know.
No, no, it was
But
1v1.
I don't know. I don't know.
Bar, I'm
But
telling you, it's 1v1. Stop saying
I,
you don't
bro,
know, bro. I'm telling you. Like,
I gotta go back and look at. I might be wrong, but
Hey,
I I think I think Jura going back to Hidari 1000% likely. That's 100% likely gonna happen. Kawaki being ghosted, I could 1000% see that because Kawaki right now he's just not a part of the actual core plot line. Understandable. He had a lot of screen time in part one. Um, Boruto though, I think this is gonna be interesting. When I first seen the actual panels, I thought that Boruto was probably gonna immediately like do a flying Raijin again and go probably back to like the triangle mark or something like that. We'll probably talk about the flying Raijin too. But like yeah, I think he's probably just gonna use the flying Raijin and dip simply because like he's holding the two targets right now. Boruto's his target, but like the two like pressing targets right now. So like I feel like he's probably gonna try to get them to safety and then if anything happens after that, then I could see him possibly pull up to Jura and actually trying to fight him. But like I wouldn't necessarily rule out like let's like some fisticuffs in the next chapter because like the Shinju they're a slippery breed. Like they're a slippery breed. They may actually like try to like stop Boruto before he uses the flying Raijin again because like they already talked about that or they talked about that right before the chapter ended. So it's like it kind of seems like Jury already seen it, and they might have like type of thing where it's like you show an enemy your move once, it'll work. You show it twice, maybe it'll work again, but three times, I think Jury may actually try to stop it. So I could see them do that, and then have Boruto try to fight at least one of Hidari or Jury in the next chapter. But I think me personally, I'd say nah, they're probably dipping in the next chapter. Boruto, he's probably dipping.
hey, yo, Mello, I had a question for you. Remember we was talking about the Shinju, how they're like different, they're learning as we watch them and stuff like that. Somebody had left a comment on the video. I should have. No, it was too short for us to actually react to. But he said that it made me remember the Chimera ants and Hunter x Hunter is kind of similar. Cause remember, what's his name? God damn it, what was the dude that was playing that chess game with that blind girl? The King.
similar in what way?
Like how we watch them learn and pretty much gain their personality and their outlook on life on screen. Like how we're doing it with the Shinju, how they're pretty much learning and figuring themselves out on screen rather than we get their backstory and shit like that.
Yeah, yeah, on that level, I would agree. There's some similarities there for sure.
Yeah, I forgot
It's
all about the Chimera ants. I was like, oh, that's true.
yeah. It's something you don't see too often, at
Right.
least in my experience. I haven't seen all of anime and read all of manga, but just
Facts.
in my experience, it's not a typical like the archetypical characterization for
Mm-hmm.
villains that I've seen. They
Mm-hmm.
typically come with like some belief system. They think
Exactly.
they're in the right, that type of stuff. But yeah, I think it's a good comparison in that regard. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, I gotta talk about this with Mello.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think I was talking about that not so much that particular way that you spoke about it to where like they're figuring things out in real time, but more so like the dynamic between like I think it's metodum or something.
Miriam, there you go.
Okay.
Miriam, there you go.
Yeah, him and that girl, and I thought there'll be some kind of dynamic between Himawari and him, Jura,
Mm,
similar to that kind of dynamic, to where she's trying to, help them out, right? Biju to
right.
Biju, which I do think she is a Biju, but yeah,
Sarda?
nah, Himawari.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. I'm thinking of
Yeah,
Sarda.
I think she's a tribrid for sure.
Yeah, me too. Because of the way they was talking and stuff like that. Like she's not.
Yeah.
Cause he was like, this is not like feel fully human. Or Biju or not. Sorry, not fully human or what did he say?
Jin Cherokee.
Jin Cherokee way of healing or something like that. I was like, oh shit. Like they're letting
Yeah,
stuff out slowly, trickle out slowly. Like they're bringing out the plot out slowly. I enjoy that.
yeah. This the dialogue, albeit a bit heavy on
Uh-huh.
the terminology. It just they could say so many things in simpler ways. It's like somebody figured out some new words and just can't help themselves. But outside of that, yeah, the dialogue is very purposeful. There's a lot of interesting little nuggets there that you can like dive in on, and really, it's set up to allow for theorizing pretty often. So yeah, I like it a lot. But yeah, I think she's a tribert. I think in the past I've theorized that there's going to be a third party group that would come about the Otsutsuki, the humans on Earth, and then some other third party. I initially thought it might be the ascended beings where Shibai went, but that's a little too grandiose right now. But I do think Biju are
It's a
coming into
little
their
bit too
own.
soon to rule it out, though.
Yeah, yeah. If we get there, then the power people have a problem with the scaling now, and I have like a tier list up on my stream that we did yesterday. But people have a problem with the scaling now. Just if Shibai gets involved, yeah, just you wait. But yeah, no, I think the Biju are coming into their own, and one of the themes of this arc is definitely that of evolution and advancement and growth. Not only from the heroes, you see that from like Sarada and Himawari and Boruto himself as well, and even Kawaki to a certain degree. Hell, I can keep Mitsuki, yeah, I see it from him as well. But it's also like the antagonist, in particular, the antagonist is if I had to pick one word to describe this arc, it would definitely be evolution. The next word might be set up for what comes next, but this is definitely a setup, and the theme is evolution, in my opinion. But yeah,
I I don't want to get too. Nah, we'll probably bring that up a little bit later. I was gonna get like real like philosophical,
Go
like why
for
do
it.
tailed beasts want chakra fruits? We'll talk
Go
make
about
some
that
for it,
later.
bro.
content.
Go
But
Make some
ahead.
content, bro. Make some
Cook.
content.
What you mean we talk about it
nah,
later?
because
Cook.
no, we were just talking about the Shinju and like their ideology. So I want to ask this question: like
Wait.
Ain't no
Sasuke
time
supposed,
like the present.
Make sure you write it down on a sticky note so you won't forget.
yeah, facts. So Sasuke in this particular chapter, he kind of like told us his goals. Like he basically just said he wants to know more about his actual self. Like he doesn't even really know who Sasuke is. Hypothetically, if Sarda offers to like just tell him about his self, do you think he'll stop? Do you think he'll be like a good person then?
I think maybe what he says he wants might fly in the face of his actual instinctive desires. So he might think that he wants that information, but that's just a means to an end to consume or devour, because that's what they do. So they, if she tells him who he is that going to satiate him? I'm not entirely sure about that. Maybe I need a little bit more from Hirari in particular to kind of work with that. But at least for Jura, oh my bad. At least for Jura, there seems to be multiple things that are of interest to him. In particular, Team 10's um lack of self-preservation, so he calls it. He seems to be interested in that. I wouldn't be surprised if he devoured Himawari. He'd devour the guy he said he'll see later, Shikadai. Like, bro, I'm gonna remember your name. I'll see you later. I'm gonna pack you up, right? So maybe. But my point is, I think even if he got what he says he wants, it at the underlying base of it, there's something more going on, which is his instincts to devour. So it'll always be something else that I suspect he'll want, even if he got that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
I kind of
agree.
agree.
Like, yeah, because we all have like, in a sense, all have animalistic desires. It doesn't mean that we follow them. You know what I'm saying? So if he actually gets to learn his human self, it'll probably be something that be able to tap into that subconscious. Maybe he has maybe like kind of like Jiraiya. How I'm thinking, when Jiraiya had that moment with Ishiki, he had a traumatic experience and stuff like that, and it brought out the subconscious and the knowledge that Jiraiya held. That's why he was able to teach Boruto the Flying Raijin. So it would make sense for him to learn himself or learn who he comes from or whatever, and have that spark and possibly become the good guy. You can see that he's fighting with himself in the inside. Like he really is conflicted about who he really is and stuff like that. Like he hears stuff like the Chidori and he's like, oh, that's why I'm able to do that technique, but I'm not able to control it. It's too powerful. Things of that nature. Like he's starting to. You can see that's where they're going with the character. Like he's going to come to grips with himself.
You seem pretty sold on this Kashin Koji having Jiraiya's memories thing.
I am, bro. I am.
I respect it. I respect it.
I mean, it will only make. How would he teach him the flying Raijin, like the fundamentals of it, if he doesn't have some of that memory or able to tap into some of that memory?
Did it say he taught him that?
Hmm. Oh, that's what
Did
we
it?
read in the data books that Kashin
It
Koji
said,
taught him.
it said he taught him, or did it say he helped him with it?
True. Okay.
There's a
Good. That's a good one
distinction.
there.
I think yeah, that's a good point.
That's a good
I
point.
think it has a lot to do with Kashin Koji though, just off of the toads, like
Mm-hmm.
because the function, what it looks like is Boruto's just going to like the shapes. Because a couple chapters ago they talked about a triangle that Boruto went to. That's when he got into fisticuffs battle with my guy Kawaki. But like, so that was a triangle. The one in the last chapter right now that we just see in chapter 11, that was a square, and I'm guessing those likely came from the toads because they do hold it. Again, that could just be a function of the toads. They're small. They're likely not going to be picked up by sensory ninjas. That could be that, but I'm assuming because the toads are just so intricately
I mean,
involved in a situation, I'm guessing that they're probably coming from Kashin Koji.
And don't
so
toes use like
the
nature energy and shit too?
well, I'm not sure
Hmm?
those toads are like robotic because some of them,
Ah,
I think
true,
one of
true,
them
true.
shrank when Ishiki used Sukuna Haikona.
When was
He
this?
can like talk through them. I think it was one of the scout toads when Amato and them were watching the fight, and then
Oh yeah,
Ishiki
yeah, yeah.
reincarnated. Yeah, he started shrinking
Turned off
everything
that
around him.
TV.
Yeah. Yeah.
Literally.
So what I think it is that Boruto does not know how to place markers in real time.
Mm,
I think he preset his markers, like he set markers on those objects, and all the toads are doing is maneuvering the objects to where Boruto needs to go.
right.
That's all they're doing. I don't think Boruto can do what Minato did. Like for example, when Kakashi used Chidori, and then that shinobi was about to counter him and cut him, Minato jumps in the way and saves him, while simultaneously placing a marker on that shinobi's feet, gets Kakashi to safety, and then teleports, drops his bag, and before he hits the ground, teleports behind the guy, kills him, and then teleports back before the bag ever falls. So I don't think Boruto can do that. Every time he's using Flying Raijin, it seems to be on things that he's pre-marked, like a shuriken, his sword, those little objects, those pendants, those shapes. So that's what I think is a part of his deficiency. Even when he had code, the toad was on code with the triangle, I believe. So that's what I think that is. The toads just hold the objects. I would imagine if he had some way of having, well, that wouldn't really. I was gonna say like a little sticky, something that could stick onto you. But even that, right? Like the toads are mobile, so they can get them where they want to get the pre-marked objects where he needs them to be. Is basically the function they serve, I think. But yeah, that's just my thoughts.
Yeah, that could be that. That could be that. But I do wonder where he learned that overall technique from if it wasn't like a character like Kashin Koji, because I believe that Sasuke should have like if he knows, if Sasuke himself knows Flying Raijin, he'd try to teach like the original Flying Raijin, right?
Yeah, I don't think it was Sasuke who knew anything about that. I think from
Yeah.
the if we bring up the entry, I think Boruto. Excuse me. Oh, this is Kokugan. My bad. Yeah, well, I'll just bring it up on the website. I think Boruto created it himself with the help of Koji. Now, how did Koji help? I don't know, but I think he's doing something like what Toby Rama did, more so than him being taught something. He just hey, here's this technique. I want to be able to use it, and then you know things go off
I
from
feel
there.
like it could.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it could be that. I mean, one of the things that I'm kind of like thinking about, maybe the shape things. It's a way to like conserve chakra because it's kind of similar to like the Otsutsuki, like for example, or Kage, or even like not even Otsutsuki, like Obito. They have like specific dimensions that they can go to that wouldn't necessarily like use up like a lot of chakra. If they it wouldn't necessarily use up as much chakra if they go to an unfamiliar dimension. I'm guessing because Flying Raijin takes up a lot of chakra, and again, we don't fully know all the chakra reserves that Boruto does have. We understand that the Rasengan Uzuhiko is like a maneuver to like get around a potential lack of chakra reserves. Even though again, Boruto could possibly have like Otsutsuki level chakra reserves. The Flying Raijin itself, this new version, could just be like, hey, you're going to more familiar spots, so you aren't necessarily utilizing as much chakra as you would if you were to go to like, or if you were to utilize the regular Flying Raijin. Put it like that. So I think that could be one of the core functions, and it could be like like a training wheels thing for Boruto because it could be like a new jutsu for all we know.
Yeah, I don't see any indications of any chakra issues for this version of Boruto at all. I think it's been a single day. I'm not sure if another day has passed, but he's been spamming Flying
Flames.
Raijin, multiple jutsu, high speed taijutsu, all this type of stuff. So I I don't I don't think conserving chakra is it's something that is at play here. I
I don't
well
think it's too much
yeah, yeah.
in regards to like just on a base level of like conserving chakra. I don't necessarily think it'd just be that. I think it'd just be like more of a function for like a beginner, because Boruto, like hypothetically, if he actually does utilize the flying Raijin at an earlier spot, but doesn't necessarily know how to use it the most efficient way, he'd probably like utilize like a lot of chakra in a situation like that. And again, for Boruto, it probably just wouldn't necessarily matter. But again, I don't necessarily think it'd be like the most responsible thing for Boruto to be doing, just like firing off a bunch of flying Raijins. But in my personal opinion, I think this would be like the most like logical way or logical reason why Boruto would want to use something like this. But again, it could just be the fact that he just can't really utilize
What do
the
you mean
actual
by
true flying Raijin.
what do you mean by something like this?
Or like, I see it as like training wheels, like the actual flying Raijin.
So okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. So like his variant of the jutsu.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this might again, you guys might disagree. I feel like eventually Boruto's gonna actually learn like and the I I think he's gonna eventually learn a true version of the flying Raijin and eventually probably have like a elevated version of the flying Raijin. I think this right here is gonna be like the weakest version that Boruto ever has.
Maybe. I think perhaps Kishimoto is writing in a weakness for the character because he won't have very many weaknesses moving forwards. So,
That's
I
true.
mean, just how he uses it is perfect. He uses it excellently in combat. Now, he's not going to be zipping stuff around like Minato does, but and he's not going to be able to like have this like a high level of adaptability in the middle of combat because he's not going to be able to craft, per my hypothesis, his own markings without pre-setting like without setting it up pre-battle or pre-situation. So that could be a part of the limitations as well, maybe. But I think I don't want them to improve his flying Raijin, honestly. I think again, Boruto is going to be astronomically more powerful than we're seeing him here. He has a plethora, just on Momoshiki's side alone, never mind what he develops himself or what he makes transformative from what Momo has. He's going to have a lot. And Flying Raijin, just how he's using it is already OP. It's just one of those techniques. That and the Kamui is just, those are my top two favorite jutsu and probably the verse. They're already busted, even how he uses it. So I think by maintaining that limitation, it forces him to be more strategic in how he employs it. Because if you just give him what Minato has, then it's not really, obviously he's going to use strategy. Minato used strategy, especially with Obito in that fight. But I think with even more limitations, it forces him to lean more so into like those shinobi tactics instead of just operating like an Otsutsuki with just busted techniques and just raw power. But that's just my take on it. Yeah.
No, I see what you mean. I guess it's ups and downs to a potential stronger flying Raijin variant.
Yeah. But yeah, so just for my clarity, what was you guys' ratings again? I think you gave it an 8, I think, a 9.
Eight. I gave it an 8.5 if you pressed me on it, but 8.5 or 9.
Okay,
I believe I gave it a 7, I believe.
7, that's solid. So above average. I rock with that.
Yeah, I think I gave it a 7, if I'm not mistaken.
Bad, bad. And 10 for me. Okay,
No, it
well,
was a decent chapter. Like I can't really harp on. I was a little disappointed when we was like going over the spoilers, but I only read like I can't lie, I read like the first 5 and was like, oh no, hell no. And then it was like,
mm,
nah. But then when I actually read the chapter and consumed it fully, I was like, okay, yeah, this chapter actually is developing the plot and stuff like that and moving the story forward. So I fuck with this. I fuck with it. I can't really say nothing bad about it. I just wish they would wish it would slow it down a little bit and probably focus on the plot a little bit more going forward. Like give us a little bit
yeah,
more plot centric stuff for the next few chapters, and then maybe go into some more big battles.
like what you mean?
Like give us more
Like,
dialogue heavy chapters and
yeah,
stuff like that. Maybe sit down with Shikamaru and Boruto or stuff. Just provide more information to the readers and stuff like that. Something more we can go forward with.
about what?
Like what happened with what's going on with Himawari or what's going on with Boruto or like the Shinju or something like this. There's more dialogue heavy chapters. Because lately we just been getting a lot of just powwow chapters, a lot of fights, a lot of big boom, a lot of exciting stuff going on. They should slow it down a little bit, just ease up a little bit and focus more on the character development.
I have a difference of opinion. I,
That's
I
always
think
fair.
they
I like that.
I
I want
think
to know
they
his
have done
opinion.
that because we know quite a bit. Like the stuff with the they don't know things about Himawari.
Right,
There's been nothing that's implied that they know anything about Himawari. The villains don't know, and I don't think the people, the heroes, know.
right.
So I'm not sure what they can even speak about that outside of like speculation. But I don't know if we want to slow it down for that. And then the Shinju, Boruto was talking about the Shinju. He even put forth the hypothesis about how they came about to Sarada and Sumari. So we've had that conversation, and he's
Refresh my
spoken
memory.
about
What do you
them.
say?
Yeah, he believes that it was Code's chakra
Oh yeah. You're
that
right. You're
yeah influenced them because he has the karma, it's Ishiki's
right.
power, and then Otsutsuki, Biju, and they've evolved from there. So we've had that conversation. We've also had conversations between Boruto and Shikamaru multiple times. We've had conversations between Ada and Shikamaru about the Shinju as well. So we've checked those boxes as well. Kurama doesn't know why he's in Himawari, how he came back so soon. So, and no one else seems to know. So I'm not sure. It'll just be like speculative, conversations with that. So in terms of like moving the plot forwards, I mean, Sarada wants to know about Hirari. Hirari wants to know about himself, and we're kind of getting like the inklings of that, but that's not something that I think you want to pay off so soon in 11 chapters or even like slow it down for that. So that's why I was asking like what
Like I
specifically are
want to
you
see
looking
more of
to get?
like. All right, so like we got more of like where has Code been at? What is what's the gentleman name? I can't remember his name because he hasn't been in TBV at all. That's my boy.
Well,
Uh,
the stuff with code, does that need to be like a conversation that slows the pace down?
yeah, yeah, because you don't have to necessarily bring Code in back into the story. You can have him, you can have him just be a part of the story as far as him just speaking of him, like wondering where he is or like because he's the one who brought the claw marks forth or the Shinju forth. Like he's the reason why they're even here, and they've been like a heavy plot point for the whole story, and we just drop Code. Code hasn't been a part of the story at all. Like I don't really care for Code as a character, but he's still not gone. Like I want to know what he's doing, like how he's evolving. Because if he's just sitting back chilling, eating fruit, and got his legs kicked up, that's not cool. Like I want to see more, like not some more like so much of Code, more of damn, what's his name, Amado. I'm more interested in what Amado is doing, like how what he thinks is like as far as like Kawaki and like the everything being switched around because in one chapter I believe it was in TBV he was saying how he knows Kawaki is his work because the fingerprints that the scientists leave behind and stuff like that. So I just want to get more, maybe because I'm just such an Amado fan and I want to see how they develop his character, that I just want him more in the story. Maybe that's just why. Maybe it's just like some fandom, like fanboy shit. I don't know.
Uh, my only thing is, I think we I think we can do all of that while maintaining the
Hmm.
pace that we're currently at because they've been giving us information, like I mentioned, all the things I mentioned, while
Right.
also giving us that action and maintaining the pace. And I don't think like these are like grand things
Hmm.
because like you're talking about like you want to see like what a character I guess thinks about everything,
Hmm.
like a model.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, and I think that's fine, but I don't think we need to slow the pace down. Sorry. I don't think we need to slow the pace down to accomplish that. And the same thing goes for code.
You don't think
I
we
mean,
could
it
have
could, it
like
could
a
just
full
be,
Amado chapter with just Amado's POV of the whole situation of what's going on? You don't think that would like be a dope chapter to
no.
try to? Okay,
I think we could have like a panel,
just one
maybe
panel.
two. Yeah, I mean, multiple speech bubbles in a panel. I think we can get a page. I think seriously, I think
No,
a
I like
page
it. I like
or
your point of
two.
view of it.
Yeah, a page or two within 40 pages
Mhm.
is that's good work. I mean, you don't have to. I mean, how many pages? I mean, if we go back and listen to like dialogue heavy chapters, like when we're talking about omnipotence with
Right.
Momoshiki, or we're talking about Shibai with Amato.
Mhm.
I mean, how many pages is he talking about a particular topic at any given time? Like he branches out from like Shibai to his daughter, that spans the chapter. But how long was he actually talking about Shibai, that particular topic? I mean, I would wager maybe a few pages.
Yeah.
But then this was also like not really. This is like information he knew, mixed in a little speculation. But like they were asking probing questions because he was the guy with the answers.
Mhm.
But if we're just like sitting down listening to his hypothesis, well, it's just what he thinks. He doesn't know. So why? Like I'm not sure. I don't know. It's just difference of opinion. I can respect yours though, definitely.
I would take Amado's educated guess on everything that's going on, uh, with more faith than I would take like anybody else.
I can see that. I just think they're saving Amino for next arc, kind
Mhm.
of, or at least until things slow down a little bit.
Right.
Mostly because I think they're gonna do something with his daughter,
Mhm.
and then he's gonna have to play a really critical role in that particular saga. But yeah, I wouldn't mind hearing what Amato has to say. Yeah.
Hey, yo, shout out to Apex Calibre, by the way. If you guys, if you want your questions answered, then Super Chats is the best route to go because they always get priority response, and our members as well. If you want to join the membership program, I will drop that link. Just give me a few seconds. Apex Calibre shot us a $2 donation. He said, I want him to perfect Flying Thunder God just for Momoshiki to use. Oh, that'd be fire. You
Yeah, that
imagine
would
seeing
actually be
Momoshiki
elite,
zipping
to be
around.
honest.
You said what?
Yeah, facts. So that would actually be elite. Like, because remember, Momoshiki got like over 1,000 years of battle experience. Like, give him a mechanic like Flying Rising. Like, I want to see how he utilizes it.
He'll use it just
That'd be
how
fire.
Boruto uses it.
I
That's
don't
how he'll
know,
use
man.
it, bro.
I don't know, man.
Bro fights just
Yeah,
like Boruto for some reason. I don't know why. It's so weird.
And Boruto should fight just like him. It should be the opposite.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
Momoshiki.
yeah, dude had like a
Mhm.
1,000 years of battle experience. He's just fighting like a 13-year-old.
Yeah, like,
It's
fuck
insane.
it, you
He's
know.
he's a jutsu merchant. He don't he don't really be using his own jutsus. He use other people's jutsus.
Maybe
That's
hence
how
a
he
1,000
becomes
years
bro.
is the best fighter he ever came across, though. Like Forest tactic wise,
My
maybe. I don't
God.
know.
But that's what I'm saying though, right, Bar? Like if he's just using other
Uh,
people's, well, if the idea is like, oh well, the reason why he's doing it like them is because that's just what he does. Well, yeah, I think he'll just do it like Boruto. But I do think it's not like what you have is what you do with it. If he does have that, like I don't put much stock in that 1,000 years worth of experience because I'm not sure how that manifested for Ishiki on the battlefield when he's falling for simple tricks from Kid Kawaki. That was pretty sad. All those of
Nah,
years
he
didn't
didn't
really amount
expect
to
that.
much.
He
Well, that's what
didn't
I'm
expect
saying.
that,
He
bro.
didn't expect it. Yeah, that's exactly my
No,
point.
but I feel like it's different if you're expecting like if Kawaki was a ninja, I feel like I'd have more criticism for Ishiki. But he's just thinking that Kawaki is just some regular kid that doesn't have any ninjutsu. Like he just popped out ninjutsu. It's like Kashin Koji being like surprised when Al used the water style for like the first time in 16 years.
What? I don't think he was surprised. I just think he made a note of it. But I yeah, no, he knows he's with the Hokage. They've been keeping tabs on the hidden villages. They know information about them. They have data on them. So whatever means they've been spying on the Kage and whatnot, like I would imagine he'd still keep that up. I don't know. It's 1,000 years is a lot. It's not even just 1,000. It's 1,000 plus. So yeah, is I have high expectations for what that would yield, and the fact that they're getting finessed by people under the age of 50 is absolutely sad because they're infants relative to them. That's a baby. It's like you getting your ass beat by the local 3-month-year-old. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't track. And then if you did get your ass beat, I'd point at you and laugh hysterically. How did that happen? How did that occur, Bar? How? Explain yourself.
I
my
could
6-month-old
you could
nephew
get
socked the shit out of me one day, bro. Caught me off guard. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That's
Pow!
sad, bro.
uh,
That's sad, bro.
you
Hit me
see
with
what
a
him and
clean
Lottie
one.
did to Naruto.
Sorry, what?
He
You
said you
seen
saw
what?
what Himawari did to Naruto.
Yeah, like
I
we
thought my
seen
boy
her
ran
rap
out of
battle in
chakra mid podcast.
fact.
Yeah,
I
like
thought Bar ran out of
Pretty
chakra
fucking
mid
freaking.
podcast, bro. I was like, what the
I
hell?
know, bro. It's like, yo,
Yeah.
bro downgraded. That's crazy. You gotta pay for that upgrade, bro. Listen, bro's not 1,000+ years old. Like, and then also he didn't, his daughter like
True.
Byakugan pressure points, all that good shit. That's on him. But like I said before, I have high expectations of someone who's 1,000+ years old who consumes worlds supposedly and gets the knowledge, genetic knowledge and power of those worlds. So I'm wondering how mid those worlds must have been if this is the extent of him.
Either
Yeah.
either way, I would expect Momoshiki to use it differently than what we did kind of see. Like even with the Rasengan, he used the Rasengan differently. Like he just learned it, like just off of just like looking.
Mm, I'll grant you that. There's always an exception to the
Yes.
rule, right?
Yeah, so if he does use it though, like I feel like they need to have him use it in some sort of unique way, so it just doesn't look like a regular flying rise. In my personal opinion, 'cause
I mean,
it's like a cool jutsu. We're spanning multiple different generations. It came
mhm.
from Toby Rama, and now
I think it's
Momoshiki using it.
I think it's possible, but getting to the Rasengan example, right? He's using the Rasengan in ways that Boruto himself hasn't figured out how to use, like giant Rasengans, right? So he clearly like his chakra control is better, so he can manipulate it better in there. But like if you're looking at the more consistent way he utilizes the techniques and just his fighting style, right? Then it's clearly like distinct, right? Like I think he spams giant Rasengans and he shot like a Rasen bullet once, but outside of that, like, do you have any like other examples?
Of the Rasengan. I think that's just all the
Of,
Rasengan specifically, but
well,
mhm.
well, like just him you like bringing to bear what Boruto has in just like distinct ways. Because like he doesn't have like any distinct martial art. I mean, the Hyuga developed their own style of martial art. He doesn't really like. I mean, he did a little something against like Naruto, I think, cut off his like
Yeah,
Kentetsu or whatever. But I haven't seen that since. That would be like more of a Momoshiki thing, I guess.
yeah,
But even
m-
then, I might be like, well, Boruto's a Hyuga, so he does know gentle fist. He trained in it, so
true. But the only thing I'd say is most of the time we've seen Momoshiki, he couldn't really utilize chakra. So like I wouldn't necessarily like criticize too much of his like ninjutsu capabilities. Like, but I get taijutsu wise if you're saying, hey, maybe technique wise he wasn't showing anything too crazy.
or even
But
tactics, even strategies. Like when and I'm gonna get to I got you, Toby, in a second. Even when like Sasuke uses Amaterasu, he does the shadow clone to block the or what was it? It was some kind of jutsu he did. He does shadow clone, block the attack, and then he like runs away behind a boulder to strategize. This is exactly what Boruto did against like um uh I forgot the moment, but these are things that Boruto does with his clones as well, right? And Boruto fights in the early stages a lot like Naruto with his clones and stuff, which I'm glad they changed, by the way. I hope they don't do that with Himawari, but I don't know. We can move on to a different topic though. Um, I have a question from Toby. If you don't mind me reading it. You guys have another one.
they work out.
Yeah, that's a couple,
He
but
says, Mello, I'm starting to understand why you deem Bug a bigger threat than Jura because the story set up for Bug versus Damon current strongest for a reason. Yeah, I think Bug's a problem, 100%. That's why on this tier list you guys see here, um I
I don't
have
see
Bug
no
over
tier list.
Boruto. Sorry, what?
You
That
said a
bug
tier
on the
list
board.
that we're supposed to be saying. I don't see a tier list at all. Oh, your stream. Okay,
Oh
my bad. My fault. All right, my
yeah,
bad.
yeah,
No, I was
shooting the
literally
shit.
confused. My bad. But
Yeah. Yeah, I have Bug over Boruto because they have a one like when Bug shows up, he attacks Boruto. They have a straight 1v1 fight, and then Boruto flying Thunder Guys to Code and then begs Code to help him. That's an admission that he can't win 1v1. That's a L right then and there in that 1v1 exchange. He's trying to get help to jump, bro. So yeah, but he's the first one you see. He's the one that's not named. He picks the best target, and he doesn't seem to be like conflicted in any real sense. Like Hidari is. Like I think Hidari has like a mental nerf that is weakening him. That's the only reason why I think Konohamaru and Sarda can even do what they're doing against him. It's my speculation. I think once he gets himself figured out, he'll be just as powerful as like Bug and Jura, in my opinion. Maybe not Jura. And I suspect Bug will get powerful through evolution once he consumes Ada. But yeah, he's a problem. I think Jur is a red herring in a sense, a misdirect. Um, a major power to get over for sure. Maybe some ideological stuff there that you want to wrestle with him. But I think the main villainous threat is going to be Bug, by my estimation, for sure.
It could be.
I always say, like, Dragon Ball, Android 18, Android 17, Damon 17, 18, Ada, and then his name is Bug. Dale is a bug. I found that to be very interesting. But yeah, I think he's the guy for sure. But yeah.
It could be. I wouldn't necessarily rule it out. I still gotta just disagree. But like, I think hypothetically, like if he does fight against Ada and fight against Damon, of course, her knight, and he does like somehow get a hold of the Sharingan, I could see him being above Jiren, like 1000%.
Yeah, maybe.
So eventually, he could be the guy we're supposed to be worried about.
Yeah, yeah. It's just weird. Like, if Jur is the guy, why is he here so soon? Like, I would have expected like maybe Mitsari and Bug to be the first one striking, and then followed by Hirari to save the best for last.
Yeah, that's
But
what I said.
like, it's like
True, but
Jur is just
they kinda did,
here.
like,
It's interesting.
true, but they kind of did like a similar thing with the Kata organization. They had Ishiki attack before a few.
Like, who's left?
That's how Ishiki attack. Who? Yeah,
I
I think
forgot.
Ishiki was the last one.
Yeah, like Koji and Amato weren't really a part of the little group, and Boro got beaten. Delta got beaten
Oh, when did Bora get beaten?
by Team 7. But Sarda uses her Chidori for the first time.
Oh yeah, there was something else. When did Code pull up on Boro? The anime and the manga be having me messed up.
This was
When
after
did Code
Yoshiki's
pull up
death.
on Boro?
When he freed Ada and Damon. Yoshiki was dead by then.
Was this like
Yoshiki
flashback?
died. His soul transferred over to the White Karma. He relayed information about the Otsutsuki god and then supposedly dissipated. And then that's when Code became the main guy, supposedly. So no. Yeah, there
Oh
were
no, that's on
yeah.
Bug's hideout. I'm talking about no. There was like a time during the anime where he like kind of threatened Bug. Not Bug. He kind of threatened Boro. My bad. When did he pull up on Boro?
I know what you're talking about. I just don't know when. But what's the relevance?
That was after the car organization.
No, because that
That's why
completely threw me off. I was
Wait, when he
I don't know what my
wait,
head
wait,
was
wait,
thinking.
wait,
Yeah,
wait. You said when
you're
he
right. But I was just trying to figure out.
I'm sorry. You said when did he pull up on Boro? Like Code?
Yeah, I meant Boro.
Yeah, he did pull up on Boro. This was probably around like when Kawaki was starting to get into the series, around that arc, the Kawaki arc. Probably when he's like post. Oh, I would imagine he's in Konohara about around this point. He's probably this pre-Delta fight, I would imagine, but also post Goro fight, I would imagine. So somewhere in between there. Yeah,
Probably.
Hey,
That thing completely threw me off.
we have another question.
yeah. Shout out to Lance star. Thank you for the donation. First donation of his lifetime on YouTube on our channel. He said, "How do y'all think the Jogan will manifest?"
That's an already
It being
manifest?
called a star of it being called a star of hope kind of lets me believe like or kind of leads me to believe that it'll probably manifest when he absolutely needs it. So like and it could be like a huge problem that happens. We pretty much see it happen before Kawaki pulls up on him during their little scuffle in chapter 1 and in episode 1. So like I think it'll probably pop out in my personal opinion. Like I'd say damn, I was about to say Momoshiki, but Tonetti was talking about the Star of Hope before Momoshiki pulled up on him.
Is that stuff with Toneri canon to the manga?
I think it is. It's not canon to the manga like verbatim, but I think it's canon to the overall storyline and plot. And I think the manga is gonna overall follow the storyline and plot.
I think if you want to have this conversation, you got to pick the continuities because the Jogan is kind of established in the anime. It shows up multiple times, even at the end of part one in the anime. Like when he's, yeah, you can see like Kawaki's Dojutsu and then Boruto's Jogan. So like they went out of their way to remind you, hey, this thing's still a thing. But the manga just is not doing that at all, ever, really. So it's a little
No, I see what you
different.
mean. When I read like how will the Jogan how do y'all think the Jogan will manifest? I'm thinking like how will Boruto like now know how to use the Jogan? Like you know how the Karma still used to pop up, but Boruto never really like was able to like actually utilize it on command, and he would used to faint afterwards and stuff like that. I'm thinking like it's like when will Boruto actually learn how to use the Jogan? And in a case like that, I think it's like when Boruto would absolutely need to, but I haven't necessarily thought of like a specific time where he'd absolutely need to. Because as of right now, like a lot of my predictions prior, I didn't necessarily think he'd get this strong, what he is right now, like without the Karma Seal, without Jogan, without pretty much at base. Like I didn't know he'd get this strong. So like a lot of the stuff I thought before, I don't know. But
No, that makes sense though.
if I
But no, please continue. Please continue.
yeah, if I try to give like an actual point now, I'd probably say it could be to stop Momoshiki. It could be that. And I know I was saying, hey, Tonetti's talked about this before Momoshiki, but Tonetti could have possibly also like been seeing some sort of fate in Boruto. And I'm thinking to myself right now, that doesn't even make too much sense because he didn't have his Byakugan.
I think
I think he.
no,
Mhm.
please continue. Continue.
Nah, but I do think he knew some. I think he knew something about Boruto's fate and understood that the Byakugan was going to be the Star of Hope. And I think the biggest threat to Boruto as of right now, currently, and I know a lot of you guys don't think so. I think me and Kawaki are probably like on this mountain. It's probably Momoshiki. Yeah, as of right now, I think the Shinji they're going to be a threat, but I think eventually they're probably going to get past this threat. I think the biggest one is probably going to be Momoshiki because that's like a lifelong battle that he got to deal with. And the Jogan could be the Star of Hope.
I think if you take a look at the dialogue, I'll do anime continuity. I'll probably switch back and forth. You look at the dialogue on the moon with Toneri and Urashiki. Urashiki says, "What you did, we know what you did to that woman's son. You're betraying the clan." So if you assume the thing that he did to Boruto, Toneri did to Boruto, was Jogan shenanigans, how is that influencing the clan if it's only to counter Momo? Now, I know Momo's from the clan, but the clan at large, that seems to be a grander thing. Now, to be fair, the Jogan could serve two purposes or multiple purposes. You could pack up Momo and then also be in play for something grander. But I feel like when it comes to what Urashiki said on the moon with Toneri, there's something bigger that the Jogan is meant to be utilized for. But if you want to tie it back to episode 8 in the anime with the whole Kagemasa stuff, the wicked eye that's supposed to spare a hostage from the hostage taker, that situation sounds similar to what Boruto, at least in part 1, was in. So maybe that's a thing as well. But I don't know. It's interesting. When will it manifest? I'm not so sure it will in the manga. They might be going in a different direction. I don't know. I think there's just a real lack of planning when it comes to stuff. Like they clearly didn't storyboard this well and plan for the future. It seems like a lot of fly by the seat of my pants. Hey, this thing sounds cool. Let's mention it, but not explain it or go into detail about it. And it's super curious that the anime like doubled down on it towards the end of part 1. So I don't know. I wouldn't hold my breath if I were you. But yeah, right now there's a lot of other mysteries that need to be solved before we even get to Jogan stuff, I think. And Boruto's been so dominant lately, to just give him something else would be just a bit much, I think. But I would say no time soon, timeline wise. I wouldn't get my hopes up for that, but it could be as soon as next chapter, right? He might need a little something to get him by. Who can say? But I don't know. Maybe a motto can help him with it. Give him some kind of pill. If he could like, if he can negatively influence the Byakugan, maybe he can positively influence it through some drug that can increase his power. I mean, the dude's been chilling with Orochimaru, or at least in his hideout. So who knows what experiments have been going on that this dude's been cooking. He might come out with the morpher, and they can just all, it's morphin time, and they got a brand new scientific ninja tech that gives them some battle armor. Who knows, right? Megazords might be coming out next. You never know with Orochimaru and Amato, so we'll have to see them. Maybe they've been working together. Who can say? But yeah, we'll have to see.
Yo, shout out to Apex Calibre. He shout out to another $2 donation. He says, "Do we use Boruto? Oh, sorry. Do we see Boruto? Sorry, let me start over. Do we see Boruto use Kenshiki's chakra weapons? Do you see Boruto using Kenshiki's chakra weapons?
Oh, in the future?
Yeah.
I'd say yeah. I think so. I think eventually, like, there's going to be, and this might just be my hot take, I think eventually Boruto and Momoshiki, they're going to become friends. Them essentially having this Karmasil rift right now, it kind of drives even more of a wedge between Boruto and Momoshiki, which kind of leads me to, it kind of influences me to believe that they're probably going to have a unite eventually in the future. But like, I think if something like that does happen, I think that's when Boruto would start to use the 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 Kenshiki weapons thing, because Momoshiki used it when he did absorb or devour. I guess since we're using that word now, when he devoured Kenshiki originally, he was able to use it no problem. I'm just assuming that Boruto also has Kenshiki, and not just Momoshiki as well. So, but you never know. It could just be Momoshiki. We've just been seeing the actual image of Momoshiki, but I'm just assuming it's Kenshiki as well.
I wouldn't be surprised if they forgot, bro. I wouldn't be surprised.
No shot.
I think there's a lot. I think they forgot about Jogan. I think they forgot about Kenshiki. Like, Kenshiki is not really bringing too much to the table. It'll be like cool visually, but Boruto already has like that sword, right? You don't want to like prioritize other weapons. It would kind of like lessen the emotional impact of him using that blade and everything that happened. But you can definitely see scenarios where he could like pull out a chopper weapon or something. But at that point, like, just teleport away if you need to deflect something or whatever the case may be. I think it would be cool to use it, but I think that's really the only utility it would serve, is to look cool. But
well, I could see a function in the future where Boruto has to fight someone that's like impervious to any attack that isn't necessarily of that like ilk. Like, for example, back when we had to fight against Madara and only Sage stuff could really touch him, it could be a certain situation like that, and Boruto would have that in his back pocket. So hopefully. Yeah.
What if he completely breaks his sword in one fight or something like that? He just needs something to
that could be one.
Yeah, like shuriken.
Extra shuriken. Yeah, there you go.
He's like kunai. We saw him. I think we saw him use it against Mitsuki.
The brother likes using swords, though.
I mean, yeah, sure, but I just don't know what this like special thing that you would hit him with. Like, the things are made of chakra. He's gonna hit him with more chakra. Just pull out a Rasengan, bro. Pull out Uzuhiko. I don't know. I mean, maybe. I'm not like opposed to it. In fact, I want it. I think it'll be cool. I just don't. Just they seem to not be able to carry a lot of weight.
What's the sword training called again? Like when you train with the blade, what is that shit called again?
Well, Kenjutsu is like what a lot of like, it's just weapons in general, but yeah. Yeah, like Demon Wind Shuriken would be like Kenjutsu.
Gotcha. Apex Calibre shot us another $2 donation. He says Boruto able to use planet chakra because he's an Otsutsuki? Question mark. So that's a question. Is Boruto able to use planet chakra because he's an Otsutsuki?
I wouldn't say that. I think he knows like a technique that that just hasn't necessarily been known yet. I think he just created something that's like super unique. It just shows the genius of Boruto, but it could be a function of that. Like, it wouldn't necessarily like completely surprise me. Like, one of the things that we have been seeing that's been like constant with Otsutsuki members, they've been talking like they're like completely above just a regular human species. And if there's like some grandiose jutsus that Otsutsuki only Otsutskis can do and humans can't, and one of them happens to be like manipulating the chakra of the planet, I wouldn't necessarily be totally surprised. But I think Boruto is just a genius and just came up with something unique.
Um, so I'm just replying to this comment in my chat.
Oh,
What was the question, chat? Something
is
about.
Boruto able to use planet chakra because he's an Otsutsuki?
Oh yeah. So just simple analysis. Just look at the lore about Otsutsuki and see if there's some kind of depiction of them having some kind of enhanced sensory ability to even use planetary chakra or something of the sort like that. And if you can't find that lore, then the answer is probably no. I don't recall any lore like that or any specificity or descriptions that the Otsutsuki can do something like that. Then I would say no. If you're like, oh, can Boruto fly one day because he's an Otsutsuki? Then I'm like, oh yeah, sure. I can point to this, this, and this that gets you there. That what you were talking about in that comment? No, I don't think so. And as far as like planetary chakra Uzuhiko spin thing being unique rotation, Damon knew about that. He called it nifty. So I don't think it's like some unique thing. I think it's a thing that existed. He just maybe stumbled upon it or learned about it. But Damon, for whatever reason, seems to know about it. So I don't think it's like some solo invention. I wouldn't be surprised if Damon started doing it or something like the planetary spin punch or whatever the hell. Like I wouldn't be surprised, but yeah.
Planetary spin punch.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yo, too, yeah, that reminds me of Konohama's new jutsu. Yeah, I forgot the name of it.
It was
You
like
called it. It was
Rasen
it's
barrier or
actually like a
something like that.
Rasengan variant.
Yeah, it's a Rasen barrier or
Yeah,
something like that.
some
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
some sort of variant.
Generational
Barrier.
talent. Yeah, he's that guy.
Hey, hey, I do want to see like it working against like a regular opponent because I think Juro we understand like let's be honest, but like I want to see like how it affects like for example like if you guys remember like the old it's like a villain of the Mujina Ben. It's the number one. I forgot his name.
I skipped that arc. I ain't gonna hold you.
Damn.
I've yet to see that arc yet.
When Boruto made his compression Rasengan, he had to use it against
Oh,
this big fat guy.
the one style Zephyro shield.
Yeah, is it like that? I want to see if it's like
mm,
that where he doesn't
yeah,
move back, or is it just because Jiro's so powerful, which is why he got blown back? Like I feel like it
gotta be.
could be that, but like Rasengan variant.
Rasen barricade wind style. That's what he called it.
Yeah.
I dropped
Yeah,
that.
he's very powerful. But yeah, I think obviously any other like shinobi, like top shinobi, he's probably just deflecting this stuff. But Hidari's pretty strong. One of the things I keep getting in my comment section when it comes to like me scaling Konohamaru's speed feat against Hidari and his Chidori, or like Sarda's speed feat, is that the comment where he says he can't master it without the Sharingan. I don't I don't think people actually watched Naruto. Like I think they're just Boruto fans. Like genuinely, like they don't know like how Chidori works. Because I keep asking them, what does that have to do with his striking speed?
Well, timing is a thing that's like affected by the Sharingan. So it
I mean, in
could.
what regard though?
I don't know. They never really went too far in depth into what timing specifically meant in regards to like the Sharingan.
No, they did
But
though.
like,
So, but this is the thing though. It's so when the Chidori, because of the properties of the lightning style, it increases your speed to the point where you have tunnel vision, which means you can't see out of your periphery. So there are certain attacks at certain angles, counterattacks that you simply will be blind to and will get hit by. That's the fatal flaw of the Chidori. Its benefit is the speed boost. It's also its weakness. It's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
Um, so the Sharingan gives you a wider periphery vision. You can see this through Sarada's training with Sasuke in the Deepa arc. She's training to be able to evade Deepa's projectiles. So she has to utilize her Sharingan's visual acuity to be able to widen her range of vision outside the norm, which is what the Sharingan does. So because of the properties of the Sharingan, it mitigates the weaknesses, the speed amp of the Chidori's properties. And that's why you have to use them in tandem to mitigate the effectively it lessens your defensive abilities. by amping your offensive abilities. So Hirari's inability to use it properly, we know it's linked to the Sharingan because he says it, and we know what the Sharingan will mitigate if it was there, which would be the tunnel vision. So that's how you get him to having the speed amps, and then you see how he uses Chidori. He uses it the way he uses it, so that's a one-to-one logic. He uses it. We know he uses it. We see how he uses it. We know he has the tunnel vision because he needs Sharingan. We know what Sharingan mitigates. And then he does indeed get the amp. So it doesn't matter for the attacking part. The problem would be evading attacks or counterattacks. That's the issue. So when Konohamaru and Sarada react to the striking speed, the offensive part, it's hella impressive because it's Hirari plus, it's his speed plus with Chidori, given his dialogue and just, it gets you there where Occam's razor and what's most likely happening with the Sharingan mastery and tunnel vision. So yeah, that's why it's impressive. But I don't think people understand like the lore because I think what people think that don't know anything about Naruto or Chidori is that he has a deficiency, and that deficiency means he can't use it overall well, but they can't really define what specifically he can't do because they don't know. So when I tell them, it's hush mode. So, but that's the thing. But yeah.
I get that point. I think like that right there is probably like the most popular thing, but I do think like the strike point was like super important too. I don't think it mattered too much with Sarda because she was like standing still, but like with Konohamaru, it might have been something different because like he was moving, but Konohamaru got hit, so like I don't think that completely mattered either. But
he didn't get hit by the Chidori.
Yeah.
But the best thing that a Sharingan could do for the striking part of it is give you insight into where your opponent might move to. That's the only thing that it would like really do, and as well as obviously mitigate the tunnel vision, which would pay benefits on the defensive end, or if you're getting counterattacks, you can actually see it. But that's just an addition. It doesn't like stop the speed of the attack. It just adds on to it. So if you remove it, the speed is still there, the strike is still there, the strike is still potent. It's just, yeah.
But the accuracy of the strike might be off. That's the thing.
No.
Yeah, that's how it is. The accuracy it would be off. You wouldn't hit it at the perfect point.
No, that's not really still see. You just have tunnel vision. Tunnel vision is like you can only see one thing. Like you're just focused on one thing.
Like if I'm aiming at your heart, I see your heart. I'm just not seeing what's around me. Like so, the thing I'm focusing on is the thing I can see. The tunnel vision effects mess up the things in your periphery.
Mm-hmm. No, that's a separate function. Like the Sharingan has like multiple. Like and this right here is like a specific thing in its own. It has you hit like the perfect point every single time.
Why?
That's what the Sharingan does. It's just a function.
I'm saying why. Like explain that mechanic. Because we're talking about like mechanics of these abilities and how they play in conjunction with one another.
Yeah, like if I'm trying to hit your head, I'm gonna hit your head. If I'm trying to hit your mid section, I'm gonna hit your mid section. Like I'll just have tunnel vision on that one particular thing. Sorry. Like if you put the Sharingan in the equation, then you can see all around you. Like Mello said, it helps you with your peripheral. If you don't have a Sharingan, you have no peripheral vision. You just have your eyes locked on one thing.
That's a function. You're right.
So I'll be able to sock you from the side. Like if you're focused on
that's a function. That's a function. But there's other functions.
But
this is like a separate function.
But all I'm saying is the Sharingan from the offensive standpoint would just be additive. If you remove it, like because you're making a claim that you won't be able to aim accurately, and I don't see anything in the franchise's lore that suggests that at all. I mean, you can pull something up really quick.
Think it is.
Yeah, pull it up.
I gotta check, but I'm pretty sure. Like that's
it's off the top of your head. Like, what do you have in mind? Because I'd be curious to see it. It'd be interesting new information to take into consideration.
Yeah, I don't have anything on top of my mind, but I'm pretty sure I heard something like that before, where the Sharingan allows you to.
Yeah. So wait. So real quick. So I think it'll be pretty simple to narrow down, right? So like, it would just be like what Kakashi before he got Sharingan.
Nah, because Kakashi's problem was twofold. Like it was again because the what's it called other thing is like so popular, and again this right here was a super core function of or super core liability in what Kakashi was like lacking. I feel like, of course, like that right there, he needed the Sharingan because he couldn't necessarily react to what was coming back at him. But there's still multiple things that the Sharingan helps at. Like in my
I'm
personal
not
opinion, like
I'm not talking about what it doesn't help. I said that it is addition to. But what you said
yeah,
was without it, you won't be able to accurately hit your target. I'm trying to figure out where did you get that from? And that's what led me to Kakashi pre-Sharingan. It's the only time a person who does not have a Sharingan uses Chidori. So that would be the only time where you would get an example of him not having accuracy with the jutsu, right?
nah. There was other times where they explain the function of the Sharingan and how it does help the Chidori.
Okay, that's fair. So when would that have been? When Sasuke used it? Maybe when Naruto asked
I'm
Kakashi
not.
to
That's why
teach him.
I'm kind of looking right now. I'm in Google as we speak. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
My boy said we
because I
doing
have the
research
I have the
in real
I
time.
have the panels up right now. Um, I mean not right now, but I have the screenshot because I was doing this for like explaining this very point. Um, there's where Mike Guy during the tuning exams explains the benefits, like the plus, and then Rock Lee explains the downsides. So basically, if you go in a beeline, like a straight line, it opens you up to counterattacks. It's easy to like counter. Like Rock Lee was like, I would never do that. Moreover, I couldn't do it because I don't possess the eyes, the visual acuity to dodge counterattacks. But it's never a mention of a lack of accuracy.
I gotta see. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'll look it up.
Yeah, let me know if you find that.
Yeah, let me while you're doing that, shout out to Apex Calibre. He shot us another $2 donation. He said Boruto's Karma V2 state will look more like Momo.
That'd be pretty sick. With like the devil horns,
Mm-hmm.
maybe some long hair. I hope his hair turns white too.
What?
That'd be pretty fire.
I don't think there is a V2 anymore, honestly. I think after Boruto came back or whatever, like all that ceased to exist. I don't think they're ever going to go back into that. That's just my personal opinion.
Mm. You mean like the horn state?
Yeah,
It's
I don't.
gone.
Yeah, I don't think that exists anymore because they're 100% Osuski. Like that was them developing to a Osuski. So if they're able to use their karma, I think they're able to use 100% of the power.
I think it's very possible. I wouldn't be opposed to it. I think the horns look kind of cool,
It does.
but
It does.
kind of weird at the same time. I think if he gets, I want him to have horns like Momo. He doesn't have horns like Momo. He has like some weird Kinshiki horn that's
Baby, he
too
got
long.
baby horns. He's a too long. I would say he got baby horns.
Yeah, like it's like Kinshiki's horn, but like longer. His like brow, like Boruto does. Like yeah, I don't know why his horns are like that. They're actually not like Momoshiki's horns at all. That's why people were saying like, oh, it's like Shiba's horns or some shit. Apparently, that's a thing. But yeah, I think he looked cool with like the long hair and like the almost like Vastalore Ichigo. That could be pretty sick. Get the white hair, long devil horns.
Oh, that'd
Maybe
be
get like the
fire.
tats, the black tats. Yeah,
That'd
that'd
be
be pretty
fire.
sick. Hell, I don't want the eyes and the palm of the hand, but I want him to use the Rinnegan. Just activate the Rinnegan in his normal eyes. That'd be pretty sick.
Yeah.
Like go from like Jogan, Byakugan, Rinnegan, or just like monochromic, I think is the term. Like one Rinnegan, one Jogan, one Byakugan. That'd be pretty sick. But yeah. And then
Ooh,
I mean, I was gonna say he doesn't need the karma, but I don't think he'll ever get rid of the karma at this point. It's like infused in his chest. But he could just absorb techniques with his Rinnegan. Like
Mm-hmm.
Delta, she was absorbing chakra with her eyes and stuff. That'd be pretty sick.
Yeah. Nah, that boy. How do you feel about that bar?
about what happened?
The V2 state looking like more like Momo, or do you think the V2 state even exists anymore?
For the karma?
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, Karma V2.
Yeah, I think it exists. What was the first question? My bad.
Oh, do you think that the Boruto's Karma V2 state will look more like Momo? Well, he was just making a statement, I guess. He wasn't asking a question.
Oh yeah, nah. To be honest, it could. I say that because like the karma seal, it looks like it goes through like different like progressions,
Mhm.
and then it looks different like the longer you have it. Again, this right is just complete headcanon, but like I think Jigen's Karma Seal, like that thing probably didn't look like that when he first got it. Like I don't think so. Like I feel like eventually like it looked more, or it kind of morphed into something completely different. So I think if anything would make Boruto look a little bit more like Momoshiki, it would be the Karma Seal, not necessarily like the actual form or like actual physical changes. So like I'd say not. I think that Boruto would always like kind of look like Boruto, but the things that would mimic Momoshiki a lot would be like the voice tendencies, stuff like that. Hypothetically, if Momoshiki were to like actually take over. And to be honest, like I wouldn't even mind them bringing back like the double voice thing, like have
Mm.
Boruto and Momoshiki's voices playing at the same time.
That'd be fire,
That'd be
bro.
Yeah.
fire.
That's what I miss from the anime, or one of the things I miss from the anime. Like, but although we haven't really seen it, really, it's except for like in the part one.
Do y'all think it's a weird question, but who do y'all think is going to be Boruto's teenage voice actor? You think they're going to keep the same voice actor?
Yeah, we're gonna keep it. It's not fair to the actress. You got to keep it.
I don't know. One of the main criticisms for Boruto in part one was the fact that he sounded. Oh, yeah,
That
I
fix
don't know
itself
about
though.
sub. I don't know about sub. I meant specifically dub. But one of the, I guess I'll talk about for dub. One of the criticisms for dub is that the voice actor sounded like or at least made Boruto sound super childish. And
I mean,
like
he was
I'm not
super childish.
entirely sure if like that would also like if that would like influence the directors to potentially go with another voice actor for part two. But I'm not completely sure with like the sub part. I don't think I heard too much criticisms for Boruto's sub voice, so I'd assume they'd probably keep her.
Yeah, like they're actors. These are like professional, talented people. Like I'm pretty sure she got like a direction, at least for the dub, got a direction for how to say the voice or how to like portray it.
Mhm.
And then this is a completely different character in a lot of ways. Boruto at the age of 15, 16. So I think she's just going to act and then like portray the voice in a more stoic
Mature way,
way.
yeah.
Yeah. So it'll still be him, but it'll just be him more mature, more stoic.
Right.
And I think that'd be pretty cool.
What's the scenario that you dropped in the chat, Mello?
Oh, that's all the
So you got some panels
some
and stuff
Chidori
there.
stuff. So Mike Guy's dialogue about Chidori, Rock Lee's dialogue about Chidori when Sasuke uses it in the exams versus Gaara. And then you can see when Kakashi originally uses it, Minato deduces what the issue is with his Chidori, that it's imperfect. And why it's imperfect. And then I also gave you an entry explaining Chidori pretty much in totality at the end there.
Okay.
And what the issues with it are and what its strengths are.
I'm pulling them all up on the screen for everybody.
Yeah.
Did you have any contradictions with what he said? So he dropped bar?
What?
Because this was a conversation between y'all two as far as the Chidori. Because he dropped all his evidence right there.
Where's the evidence?
In the chat, bro.
In Discord.
Yeah, in the Discord. It's right
The
here.
the Minato one is pretty specific, but like it's really the Minato one, the Rock Lee one, and the little entry that I gave that explained it at the bottom. But yeah, like Minato just outright tells you what the issue with it is, and that's Minato. I mean, don't trust me. That's Lord Fourth. But there's no problem with his accuracy when it comes to striking without the Sharingan.
I see what you mean.
We're almost choked on this fucking strawberry soda. My God.
All right. So one more donation right here from Apex Calibre. Shout out to another $2 donation. Appreciate that, bro. He said Jogan awakens past halfway point in the series. I think he just
I
made a
hope so.
statement there.
Brothers, I want
Yeah.
Jogan, bro. It'll be so cool.
That'd give us a lot of time with the Jogan. So I'd be happy. I'd be happy. Like I want to see the Jogan make a substantive like difference in the actual plot lines. I think if it does that, I'll be happy. Like I'm not asking for something super overpowered or something like crazy that just some crazy that just makes Boruto like unstoppable or unbeatable. I just want to make I just want to make some sort of impact in the actual plot line, in my personal opinion. That'll be good.
Yeah. I hope it's OP, bro. I hope it's godly OP. I hope he gets a chakra cloak. I hope he sees the future. Cause I'm waiting for that's one power I'm waiting for. If he gets future sight, bro, that boy is crazy, bro. If he gets that future sight, even for like Momo's Byakugan, if he can use that in combat, my God. Boruto's like knocking on the door of being my favorite new gen character. If he gets like future sight and he just starts predicting like even if it's like 5 seconds in the future, you know how OP that would be? Like, my God, man. All Kishimoto has to do is just do it. It's already there. He already established it. Like he just has to do it in combat and it's over. Like who's beating this kid, bro? It's insane. Basically, he has a Sharingan. Like he has an actual future sight. That's crazy.
Hopefully he'll get Shidori at that point. Like, yeah, at that point.
Nah. He ain't got an actual Sharingan. Yeah.
Huh? I already uncovered that theory. I ain't gonna lie. Boruto potentially
Actually,
using Chidori a lot more when he gets to Jogen.
no, you might be right, bro. Now I'm thinking about it. Well, nah. Well, maybe. I guess if he can see what's going to happen before it happens, it would allow him to. Because, like, how he views. Yeah, I think he might be right. If he gets future sight, he could probably use Shidori. Yeah. Because, like, his future sight is so weird. Like, when you see it for the first time, um, it shifts his POV where he shouldn't be. It's weird. It's like he's looking up like a bug, like he's a bug. And he's looking upwards at people. I'm like, bro. Number one, you were never there. How are you even seeing this, bro? And then how are you seeing it from this angle? So his future sight is like really weird. It's almost like omnipotence or something to where like like it's connected to all things chakra and chakra is like connected to like everything in existence. So he's just like looking almost like imagine like there's invisible like little streams of chakra all over and he can just like tap into one of the streams and just view events from that perspective. It was almost like
Right.
I'm trying to make sense of it, but it's weird. It's weird.
It's kind of like the Senringan, where that
Yeah,
kind of like
yeah,
pops in and
actually,
views things like it's like satellite footage,
yeah. Except he
or
can
not
see
even
the
satellite
future.
footage, or like surveillance. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, yeah. It's just like that. Actually, it's kind
Hey,
of weird. Maybe, yeah, maybe that's how the simmer gun works. Who knows?
what moment in TBV has made you guys go, "Oh shit"? Like, what was the "oh shit" moment for you guys?
TV.
Yeah, since TBV started.
Karma, I'd say. Karma coming back because I thought we kind of put that to bed and everything like that. And when my guy Jura said the Nine Tails, or he said something, he alluded to Karma being alive because Naruto had him, and I was like, what is he talking about? Like Naruto's not there. And then Himawari was in the village. He pulled up to Himawari. We're like, no shot, Himawari got Karma. And then we just see a chibi Karma. It's like, yeah, that was like one of the first ones. Like no
For
way.
me, it was Flying Thunder God and revealing Boruto has it. Like I was for years. When I say years, I wanted Naruto to get this thing so bad. I couldn't wrap my mind around why he didn't have it. I'm like, he lost Kurama. This would be like the great equalizer, bruh. What's clear to me is that he wouldn't have the skill to use it if Boruto doesn't. That much is clear to me. But I when Boruto got it, I legit like he's my favorite character in the verse. Like I said that on stream. Like I had to pull it back a little. But yeah, like nah, that was fucking everything to me. So that was that. There's a marky when he used his like Uchiha sword style for the first time to cut those claw grinds, and then like he cut it so fast we didn't even see the blade. He had to resheath it on panel before he ever, and then like it slices it. That was raw, bro. Like he appears on Code's head. That was raw, bro. Like
Mm-hmm.
Mitsuki Sage mode post time skip, fire. Started dodging Hidari's Chidori. I was like, what the? I did not expect her to do that, bro. That shit was so sick.
Yeah,
It was a lot of hope moments for sure.
Neo was more like maybe like my what the fuck moment was Sasuke. All right, so them keeping the way they're keeping Sasuke in the story, like I was saying for the longest, Sasuke is gonna die, blah blah blah, and he got turned into a tree.
Oh yeah.
But just to see him come back and how they're using him in the story and like they're pushing his character forward, that's probably be like my oh shit moment. It was like, oh man, like I thought Sasuke dying would be a big thing for the story, but for him to still be alive and still have some type of hope and him coming back as Sasuke that we know him as and still have that inkling of hope, I think that's a little bit doper than him just kicking the bucket.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Of course.
If you had to rank Boro, where would you put him?
Like where we
Like power wise?
like as far as like who like the whole cast?
Yeah, in Boruto, part 1 and part 2. Obviously, part 1.
Power?
Just
Or like character?
who he can who he can take down. Because I
Mm.
find it difficult to rank Ada because of her charm, and rank Boro because of his virus.
Mm. Yeah, that's something. That's
Yeah,
something. It's
because like characters I
Mhm.
think can beat, like I think Himawari could beat Ada, but I don't think she can beat Ada because of charm. I think she can beat her physically. I just don't think she can beat her because of her hack-based ability. It's the same thing with Boro. I think there's a lot of characters that would dominate him in power, but it's that like virus that's the problem.
I think the person who'll have the best fight to see Boro at will be like Orochimaru versus Boro.
No, that's not fair though, because like what Mitsuki did, I actually think Mitsuki and Orochimaru are like two people who are clearly excluded from like they're destroying this dude, bro.
Yeah,
They're
I don't know
destroying him.
if Boris starts raging, if he starts to run amok.
Nah,
I don't
bro.
know.
Run amok. Nah, bro. I think those are the only two dudes who I would like. I mean, unless you got like some virus immunity, like maybe Himawari can heal so fast as like as a Bijou hybrid, allegedly, that she can just like burn through like the virus and just like murder him before she succumbs to anything.
It'll be kind of like Wolverine. I forgot who told me that. Like
Or Deadpool.
yeah,
When
because
that movie coming out?
I don't know. I think it's sometime this year. But
Next year? Nah,
no,
bro. I think
this
it's
year. I
not.
said sometime this year.
Oh, he's about to kill my soul. That was
Nah,
next year. I might
I'll
not
look
be
it up real
alive,
quick
bro.
because
That's crazy.
I just saw like the teaser for it. But no, I was just saying Wolverine because Wolverine, like he the metal that they put in him slowly poisons him, but he has to use his healing technique or his healing abilities 24/7 to counter the poison from the metal. Hold on, when's the
Yeah, his healing factor would be better if it wasn't for the adamantium.
yeah, Deadpool movie.
Although I think I read something like if it wasn't
Yeah,
for the
this year.
adamantium and him is this year?
Yeah, July. It's next month.
Oh, whoa, okay.
July 26th.
To call my boy up.
Yeah,
Call
I'm
my
gonna
buddy
have
up.
to check
See if
that
we want to
out.
go watch that.
I go by myself,
yeah.
bro. I ain't even gonna lie. For those movies, bro, I go with myself. Like I don't know. I don't want nobody to ruin my experience.
If he finds out I go by myself, okay, I'm gonna get stern talking to. Okay, he's gonna hit me with that Puerto Rican Spanish. Okay, I won't know what the hell he's saying, but I know it's gonna be fierce. Okay, that's all I know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
if I want to go see a movie and my homie go see it alone right now, it's a dilemma.
Bruh, I don't know. Maybe I just don't care that much. Like, I ain't got no homie that I'm gonna be mad at that he went to the movies without me. Yeah, go ahead. Go for it. But that's just me. I maybe because I ain't that close to nobody. Sad on my end. But yo, shout out to Lord Shadow Hokage, the third, not the first, not the fucking second, but the damn third, bro. He said this arc is similar. This arc of TBV is similar to the Miski arc. In what ways?
Hold on, let me see.
Miski retrieval arc, I guess he's talking about. Maybe.
In a way.
In what
ways?
ways?
A way, yeah.
In what ways? Yeah.
Outside of like the Mitsuki stuff with Boruto.
The synthetic human beings, like they were trying to find out what they were, and one of their targets was Mitsuki. Like they came and pretty much like got Mitsuki up out of there. Of course, the tactics of retrieving their targets were completely different, but like they were like synthetic human beings that were trying to find out information about them, but also trying to become whole they didn't necessarily have like that sense of direction. We were talking about villains that never really had that sense of direction. That was like more of like a lesser level because like they themselves were like similar to like Jura and Hidari, but like the leader was different. Like the leader had like set goals, but like these guys, like they're just fully like they're actually like a feather in the wind. So like, but I definitely do see it. I definitely see the comparisons.
I see them too, but see, I always hate having to like go against what you said because I always feel like, and then we go down this whole thing. You know what? I'm not even gonna do it. I agree. I think there are similarities there. And it was
I'll
a
take it.
fantastic arc. It was pretty cool. Yeah.
I'll take it.
You got any more? Or that's it? Yeah.
No, I think that's it. He probably didn't dip.
Who free?
Yeah, I think he probably stepped away for a second. I did
Oh,
have a
I see.
question.
I see. But
No,
Yeah,
I
I
had a
did
lot
have
of
a question
background
real quick.
noise. Sorry, I had to
that's no problem.
fix that.
You got a question?
We talked about this a couple pods ago. How it's possible that Himawari probably has something extra on top of the fact. Or to be honest, I think we made a video about this. It's possible that Himawari has like something extra on top of the Nine Tails. And in this chapter, like Jura pretty much said it. He said like he can't really believe that it was just the Nine Tails that got her this strong. Like, do you think that's more of like a hint towards like the other thing or the second power up that Himawari got?
Yeah, I definitely think it's more to come with Himawari. I think we're just seeing surface level of what she can
What do
do.
you, I'm sorry, I
No, go ahead.
interrupted you. Please. No. Continue.
I totally forgot what I was saying. I was just saying, I think that this is just like a sprinkle of what Himawari can do, basically. She's just barely tapping into it for the first time. So I think we're going to see more. And I think Karami even hinted towards that. He said that it's more than just natural affinity or something like that. He said, can't remember exactly what he said in verbatim what he said, but it was just, he was just saying it's more than what you possess or something like that. Like this is raw power that we're going against right now, so we're like outmatched. So I don't know. I think there's more. Like I said, I think there's more for Himawari to come. I think there's more versions we're going to see with Himawari, because he even hinted that she's more than just a Jinchuriki. She's something different. So I think we just have to watch her evolve, and she's been slowly evolving as since we seen what's his name, Damon. That first time we had that hint that she was something different when Damon approached her. I don't know if that was her own hidden power or if that was like Kurama just starting to manifest at that point.
What was it specifically they said? What was it about? Because I remember him saying something about her healing, but not her power. He said something about her
Let me
power.
see. Kurama said it. Hold on.
He says even given the Nine Tails power as a prerequisite, I'm extremely curious about how you managed to undergo such rapid advancement. But even more so,
Okay.
yeah. So pretty much. Yeah.
It was something that Kurama said when she was starting to get, she was getting her ass beat. Hold on. Let me go further into the
Can you
chapter.
repeat your question, Bar?
Oh yeah. With this, like, do you think they're hinting towards like a second power up, or potentially what is that second power up?
Oh, definitely. Because they keep talking about her potential, and that's obviously what she's going to be able to bring to bear in the future. That's not going to be something that she can like bring to bear in the present. So I definitely think there's more to come, which makes sense. Again, this was just a showcase for her. This was her first
True.
save. Shout out to the boys fans. It's her first save, and she failed. Okay, people died, metaphorically speaking. So yeah, I think this was her first showcase. Look. I think she might maybe like the Naruto level ups, like the one tail cloak, but it'll just be like God tier for her, maybe. Or she might activate, some of her Hyuga lineage, and then because I think all this Biju stuff is clearly on Naruto's side of the family, and I think the total package is going to factor in both of her parents, but I think she's definitely going to start to demonstrate some more of that Hyuga slash Earth Otsutsuki. We call the Moon Otsutsuki, Moon Otsutsuki. The Hyuga are basically Earth Otsutsuki by a different name. They're
Oh,
that close.
this is what he
So
said.
yeah.
He said, "Gah, he's a bigger monster than I expected. Definitely not someone you can do something about solely with high potential. I hate to say it, but we're totally outmatched."
Mm. That was more of Karma just saying like he alone can't really help.
Yeah, he's saying like he said it's not something that we can do. I'm sorry, definitely not something you can do something about solely with high potential. So she's
I
not
was
using
kind of
all her
wondering why he
power.
used that wording.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the
just with
dialogue
high
is
potential.
the way they translate it, the words they choose to
Hmm.
use is just extra. It's like
Yeah,
I don't know
it's
who they're
extra.
talking to. Like if I'm a 13-year-old, I don't know what how these words are, bro. I mean, to be fair, me at 13, I was pretty elite.
I was
But
about to say
if
at
I'm
13,
an
I don't know,
average
bro.
13-year-old, an average 13-year-old shouldn't know what these things are these days. Okay, a lot of people are, education. But yeah, so just make it simple. Like, oh, remove your mind of superfluous stuff, bro. Shut up, motherfucker. Like, just stop thinking pointless shit. Just say that, bro. Like, the fuck are you doing? Like, it's just extra. Although with Kurama, I understand. He's like 1,000+ years, so he's like a boomer. It kind of makes sense.
He's a
But,
boomer. He's 1,000 years old, and that's as far back you're gonna go, boomer.
I mean, colloquial. Okay, colloquial meaning at this point just means old at this point. But yeah, um, shout out to Jalen Brown rocking the Stephen A. Smith hate shirt during the Boston Celtics parade. I like the beef. Okay, I like the drama. Rock with that heavy.
Bruh, I ain't even
Listen,
take I ain't even lay one eye on that parade, bro.
Wait, what
listen, bro.
happened?
hate
What
watching.
happened?
Stephen A. Smith
So
earlier this year
Hmm.
was making claims about Jalen. His sources told him, apparently his sources, just texted him, apparently, conveniently, that Jalen Brown wasn't marketable, that he was uppity, basically. This is basically what he says, uppity ass ninja, okay? That's basically what he was saying about him. Because of his
I mean,
education and the college he went to. Like, he's very intelligent. So, and then, like, basically he won conference finals MVP, won his first championship, and now he just gets to stunt. And my whole thing was, even if your source told you about this, Stephen A. Smith, why are you disseminating this bad information about this young black brother? Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, I just didn't understand. Like, what was the point of all that? But of course, I'm not trying to sell out. I'm trying to look out. Fuck out of here, bro. I know it.
I
I
don't
know
know.
a buck dancing fucking massa motherfucker when I see one, bro. I'm just saying. He talks shit about Kyrie too, by the way.
I gotta disagree. I'd be on the side of Stephen A. on this one.
Or you love
Like
you some Stephen A. Coon. That's crazy, bro.
he was asked about. I forgot the actual question, but
Stephen
what
A.
he said kind of made sense. And for Jalen Brown, I mean, to a certain extent, I get why he's not marketable, and I get Stephen A. saying it probably wasn't really like the best, but like he was kind of asked a question. It's kind of like that, where it's like Jalen Brown's not like Speed, like he's like he's not like Aiden, like he's like Sneeko type shit. Like everything is
Wait,
serious with Jalen Brown.
bro, what do you
There's no
think
like
everything's
fun
serious with
conversation.
Sneeko? Oh, hell no.
Nice. Yeah, but like the reason why I say it is because every time Sneeko talks, it's always like, oh, like the Matrix, the higher power is Trump, this and that. And Aiden and Speed, they just want to talk about like, hey, the last basketball game or
That
something like that.
idiot is just parroting what he's heard other people say, bro. It's so obvious. But I get your point.
I'm not
I
saying there's
get your
any
point.
merit to I'm not
I get
saying
you.
there's any merit to Sneaker or any merit to Jalen Brown, but I'm just saying like Jalen Brown
Mhm,
talks about like serious stuff, whereas like the
mhm.
other guys that are like say more marketable, they don't necessarily do that. But I get why like
Mhm.
criticizing Stephen A for like saying that like it wasn't necessarily the best thing, but I would say it probably kind of helped Jalen Brown because like kind of motivated him. He then won Eastern Conference MVP, then Finals MVP. Stephen A probably shouldn't have said
Listen,
that because I'm a Heat fan. Hopefully, he
listen,
probably
man.
wouldn't have got motivated.
Malcolm X said, "You do not air your dirty laundry out in front of the public. Okay, you got a problem with another black man, you take him behind closed doors and you have that conversation with him. You don't this young black guy live on national television, you feel compelled to say some shit that smears his name, and you can't even be bothered to name your source. Bro, come on now. It's just pussy shit, bro. Like, why you throwing dirt on this dude's name, bro? Like, what the fuck? Like, he took your woman? Like, what are you talking about? I don't know. It's just wild to me, bro.
I didn't think it
I
was
don't,
gonna be
I don't
that
fuck with it.
serious. I didn't think it was gonna be that serious, bro.
I mean,
no.
Jalen took it serious, but
You want to
my,
have
my
Malcolm
whole
X without
point.
Malcolm Little, bro? You got to come from somewhere.
Look, my whole point. My whole point about bringing it up is I don't like the Celtics. I can't fucking stand them. Okay, that racist ass Boston Celtics. Okay,
You can't.
yes,
You got to say that
but
they
at the
smacked the Mavericks though, bro. Like that was
at the same
nasty.
yeah no. At the same time, I like Jalen Brown, and I like how he's an intelligent black man from my state, and I'm proud of him, and I'm glad he's a champion. I'm glad he's stunting on the fucking haters. Okay, roar, young lion, roar. I rock with that heavy. And that's all I wanted to say, really. That's the only reason why I brought it up, to congratulate the young brother. That's it.
I
Yeah,
want.
I'll congratulate Jalen Brown, not Tatum.
When I saw his
Not
mom,
Horford.
when I saw his mom give him that hug, it hit me. I said, "Oh, that could have been my mom."
Yeah.
Like I don't know, that was a moment.
No, facts.
all.
Hey, I got a Boruto question for y'all though, real quick.
Hit me up.
Mm.
Do y'all think that Himawari can use the Byakugan with her little Kurama powers?
Yeah. I'm expecting it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say
When she hits that lock on, it's over, bro. Whoever fighting her gonna die, bro. It's over.
yeah,
Rumble.
I think so.
No, please go.
Oh, I didn't mean to cut you off, but
Yeah.
I think she will. I think eventually, to be honest, I'm excited to see exactly like how much of the Byakugan she could actually use. Because we know regular Hyugas, like their stamina with the Byakugan, it's really good. But like now that she has like a completely other source of chakra, I want to see like how that affects the Byakugan. Can she see like longer distances, like small stuff like this? Can she utilize it like 3 days longer than like the regular Hyuga? Like small
She can
stuff like
see
that
around
off
the
the
earth
rip,
and
like when
shit.
yeah, like type of thing. Like she has that
God
sight
damn.
that Boruto and Ada got. Like stuff like that. I want to see like. So I think she'll get it, but I'm super excited to see exactly all the benefits she'll get from having karma, or if she'll even get any benefits. Like that, that's a possibility too.
Listen, she pulled that lock going out. Kurama having PTSD, bro. That's all I'm saying. That motherfucking fox about to die and reincarnate in someplace else, bro.
Like, oh no, I
Like, bro,
remember this.
bro, I'm telling you, bro. Listen, I have like an interesting question. Okay, one I really, really, really fucking need answered. Okay, about Boruto. In this chapter 11, TBV, you guys know that Nisashi guy, that fat boy. Shout out to the fat boys. Okay. No, couldn't be me, but shout out to you. Listen, that guy.
I'm gonna say, where you going with this question, bro?
What is with that guy? Like,
What
why
guy?
is like
The one that got cooked?
that guy? No, the guy who was like, I don't even know how you like mimic that voice. Like, how do you mimic that sound effect? Like that speech bubble.
Bro, what? That's
the
what I'm saying.
guy,
Dude that got
when
cooked from Hidari, right?
No. Is the guy he could like that guy's a G. He died with honors. Okay, we respect him. Shout out to your family. Okay. Now, the guy it was another shinobi, the one who's like Boruto was like, yo, Kawaki's leaving the village. He's like, nah, bro, I'm sensing him. He in his room. And Boruto kept telling old boy like, nah, bro.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
That motherfucker.
That dude who don't do nothing.
That fuck boy is on the battlefield, right? His comrades all getting toasted, right? Getting fried like chicken, okay? And this motherfucker just standing there. I said it at the time, bro. Dude is on fire. Piss on me. Do something. Bro, put me out. Put me out.
Pee on me. Nah,
damn, bro, out here trying to like he trying to get the fucking smoke. It's smoking a me pack. Like, what's going on, bro? Like, he's such a bitch. Like, I don't know why he still has a job. I don't know why he's employed. Bro got his little vest open with his little chest out like he about to do something. He shows up. He making weird female noises on the battlefield when the enemy looking at him.
That you're talking about. I'm trying to find it. I know what you're talking about, but I'm trying to find the panel.
Bro, Nishi, that's his name. Nishi.
I'm surprised you know this brother's real name.
Now people in chat telling me, bro. Padre telling me in chat.
Oh,
bro.
Wavy though just put it too. Yeah, Nishi.
Who the fuck is this dude, bro? What? Y'all want to talk about Sora though? Y'all talk about Kawaki. I talk about.
Oh, you talking about that why? You talking about this? Hold on.
Ever again
Why? That's what he did, bro. That's what it says. WAAAH.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no way to do it without sounding weird, bro. Like, I don't even know how you make that noise naturally. Like, that's wild.
You talk about this right here, huh?
Hold on, let me see.
I'm gonna throw it up for everybody.
No,
So
not him.
not this.
No, it's
Oh,
the
okay,
next
okay. Not this dude.
panel. No,
Okay.
that dude. No, he was yelling for dear life. He was yelling for dear life. That I could respect. Look, it couldn't be Konohamaru. Okay, he got set ablaze and just a brand new cut. Okay, that's what time he on. But yeah, lesser Shinobi gonna die from fire. Okay, it's a thing apparently. But no, I'm talking about the Nishi guy. That motherfucker. He looked his way, and he said some shit, bro. I couldn't even pronounce, bro. My point is, why is Kishi? Look, bro,
You talking about this brother right here, huh? Hold on, you talking about this brother? Hold on, let me drop it. This isn't the panel that you're talking about, but he's in this panel right here. This dude, right?
Why is he getting shine, bro? Let me see. Yeah, this motherfucker.
He doesn't even make a sound though. He didn't do anything.
Not.
Ah, fuck. Yo, I need a new cord for my fucking microphone. Hold on, Mella. You're breaking up.
Like, where is Metal Lee? Where's Dinky? Fuck, at this point, I'll take Iwabe. Why is he getting screen time? Where's Namida? Where's Wasabi? Where's Tsubaki? Where are these people, bro? Why is Kishimoto putting this dude in the series when there's more prevalent? Where's Shanky?
Bro, I need
more screen time than Shanky.
Then Shinky, I need to see what panel you're talking about though, because he doesn't do anything, bro. He's just standing there, like.
That's my point. He don't do shit. Hold on, I'm gonna show you that panel, bro.
Well, I don't know if this is what he's talking about, but this is what I can find. I couldn't find the actual panel.
It's it's the one right when Konohamaru gets thrown back from that Rasengan barricade thing.
It's right before that one.
Rasengan barricade. It's the very next panel after that one. When Sumire gets shot.
Yeah.
He's like, ooh.
Oh,
swallowing his saliva.
What the
fuck? Boy's mouth getting extra moist.
The fact that you see just that right there, bro. I didn't even catch that.
I fucking hate this dude, bro. I hate his fucking little nasty musty ass pencil mustache. I hate that shit. Little goatee that he ain't grew out in 3 years. I hate this dude, bro.
This is bad work.
He got his fucking vest open like he cool, like he was about to go out there and get busy on some boys. Bro, what we doing, bro?
Yo, this is what Bello's talking about, everybody.
Where the fuck is Metal Lee, bro? Where's Sakura? Like, why is he getting screen time and Shinky ain't even in the time? I don't even know if he canon. How's he getting screen time?
Well, we know Nishi is canon, so.
Yeah, fucking Nishi, motherfucker. Yo, what if he turned out to be Shiba?
Plot twist for your ass.
What if the whole series is actually like he's like the Watcher from Marvel? Like he's telling the story of Two Blue Vortex. He's just the guy who observes. He's the scribe. I fucking hate that guy so far. I can't. I was so looking forward to him dying this chapter. And like when I saw him with Konohamaru, I was like, why? But then I immediately got happy because I'm like, yes, he's gonna die. Okay, we need fodder. Okay, more meat for the grill. Okay, and dude gets barbecued this chapter, and it's not him. Right. I'm like, please, next chapter, die. Fucking die, please. I'm Kishimoto, please. I want this more than I want than a fat boy want cake. Okay, listen, I need this, bro. I need it.
Nah, I got faith in the character.
Man,
you gonna eventually get a
play
power
devil's advocate.
Eventually,
go ahead,
be
Bar.
like that.
Why you always opposing me, Bar? Like, man, we should be in lockstep.
He gotta play devil's advocate, bro. You got to do it.
And nah, everybody clowning my guy. This is my Konohamaru. This is my Konohamaru.
Oh hell no! No, in the pod, he fucking played. Nah, you trying to troll me now, bro? You know specifically how to push my buttons at this point, bro. That's crazy. You said that. That don't ever in your fucking soul compare this, bro. That's like that dude who compared Reggie Miller to LeBron James, bro. Like, lost my mind. Don't do that, bro. Don't do this, man. My
Yeah, bro.
God, bro.
Comparing Reggie Miller to Nishi is crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Nah, he ain't even Reggie. Wow, don't nobody want no Reggie, bro. I don't even smoke and I don't want no Reggie. Like he ain't even that, bro. He fucking, I don't know, Austin Rivers, okay? Like, oh my gosh. It's awful.
Bro,
It's
that,
awful.
shit.
Y'all crazy, bro. Hey, yo, shout out.
Doc Rivers don't be playing by his son. We got a super chat though.
Y'all
What the
crazy,
fuck,
bro.
dog? I can't tell if he bald or he actually got hair. I don't know what the fuck going on. That situation on his head.
Yo, what's going on with Jorah's hair though, bro? Like, it's a panel where he has like a toupee, bro, and his shit is like flapping in the wind. But then there's another panel where that shit just look like it's like just a piece. Like it's just yeah, like it's flat. I don't get it. I don't understand his toupee, bro.
He said a piece.
Like, did you see the panel where he like flipped on Himawari? He kicked her, bro. You see like hair. Hold on, let me see. We talking about fucking not knowing what somebody's hair is doing. I don't know what this brother's hair is doing, bro. Yo, but hold on. Shout out to Lord Shadow Hokage III for the $5 donation. He said, y'all think Ao, Inoki, and Kawaki was right about the age of Shinobi? It seems you're not doomed to die early if you are alien, cyborg, and artificial.
Wait, I'll be right back, bro. My eyes are burning, bro.
That's crazy. That's crazy how he just dips out on the super chat. But did you catch that bar? Bro, look, like, oh my goodness. Hold on. Before you answer this super chat, bro, this is the panel I'm talking about right here. Look at this brother's hair, bro. Look at this shit.
Oh no, I was looking at a completely other panel too.
You probably talking about the other panel that I'm talking about. Yeah. But yo, what's going on with my boy's toupee, bro? Like, is it hair or is it just
They gave us the full shot of it, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Drop it real quick. Hold on.
Analyze it. But with the I don't got it right now.
I'll find it.
I gotta go to the site. But in my personal opinion, when it comes to like the age of Shinobi being like, if we're just talking about like Shinobi's dying early, I think we kind of knew that from the rip. I think that was like one of the big like storylines, like even coming out like the Land of Waves. So like for that I'd agree. Only the special ninjas, only the special ninjas like live to be like super old and are actually super strong. Unless you're like one of the fighter ninjas that just retire, like nah, it's only like a special kind of person that does it. But in the face of that, I do want to know what Boruto does, because that idea isn't wrong, but will Boruto try to change it? Will he try to have like, I mean, Naruto tried in a sense with like the time of peace, but he wasn't completely successful in the time of peace. I don't even think he would be completely successful because the Shinju and the Otsutsuki, they're still a thing. But like, yeah, ninjas, they die early. I think eventually, what I'm assuming, I think most of the fighters, they're going to have some sort of special stuff. Like either they're going to be part Otsutsuki, part cyborg, or they're going to be like a completely different character, like a Himawari or something like that, or like a Boruto, like stuff, or in Boruto's an Otsutsuki member. So like, I think that's true, but do I think the age of Shinobi would be over because of this? I'd say nah. You didn't really ask that question, but like, I think because this was already known, I think that most of Shinobis, they know this before they even become Shinobi.
Yeah. So
like, I don't think this would like end the age of Shinobi.
Do you think they get a pension?
Nishi better not get no fucking pension. He didn't do nothing. Bro has not earned his pay. Motherfucker.
Oh, yeah, but what do you think, Mello? You think Ao, Inoki, and Kawaki was right about the age of Shinobi? Because it seems you're doomed to die early, unless you're alien, cyborg, or artificial.
Yeah, what a question.
Hey, you shot us $5.
I go from packing Doc Rivers to answering this. Okay. All right.
Did you really pack Doc Rivers if he's not here?
Hey, listen, man. You can look. Yes. Okay.
I mean,
that brother pack himself every single day he walks out the house without a hat. Okay. Yes, absolutely.
Yo, did you see those panels I dropped talking about coming out without a hat, bro? Come on. Like, look at my boy's toupee.
Hold on, let me see. Nah, I see it. It looked like it got a little longer. Yeah, he got a little. Oh, I see. He's moving. Okay, so it's flying. No, his
Oh
little hair
man,
flapping in the
it's a
wind.
little
What
flapping in the
is
wind.
that?
That's what I'm
I
trying to
thought that was
find out. That's what I'm asking y'all.
I thought, is that hair or is it like a maybe? Or know what it is, bro? He
What?
murdered some dude and he
Oh my
has his
goodness.
head, just the hair coming out the claw mark, while the rest of the head is somewhere else, so he can have hair flap. That's what it is, bro. That,
He said he murdered some dude
That
and
might be
just to
that.
use his hair.
yeah.
So as his
Holy.
hair come out the claw mark on
This
the
is
top of his head. That's yo.
Yo, as if I'm saying, I have two theories. One, he stole Doc Rivers' hair. That's number one. Number two is probably some of Kawaki's mullet that he clipped off throughout the 3-year time skip. Okay, those are my three theories. I don't know.
Oh
We'll have to
man.
see. The question
Yeah.
though,
Would you like me to shoot it at you again?
yeah.
Do y'all think Ao, Anoki, and Kawaki was right about the age of Shinobi? It seems you're not doomed. If it seems you're not doomed to die early if you're an alien, cyborg, or artificial, or an artificial.
Mm. I guess the weird thing for me will be the age Shinobi part, because it's not referring to like the Shinobi individuals, is referring to the era in which they operate. So that's like kind of weirdly framed, but I think I get the point what he's trying to say. Um, hmm. Are Shinobi destined to die early? No, that's not true. That's what he said, right? It seems they're doomed to die early. Yeah, no. It just depends on the context, right? Like where Shinobi are trending now, more so, given the novel stuff, there's some conflict. But I would imagine in like Sarada's era as Hokage, if she makes it there, when she makes it there, when Konohamaru is done. After that's finished, then
This
I'm pretty
guy.
sure around that hey, listen, man, the 2-for-1 special there. When that's finished, I think like when their era, they'll set up things. I don't think there's going to be any conflict. The issue isn't like Shinobi. The problem are people. It's a people problem. Shinobi are just, a byproduct of people's issues. But once you start to have like more understanding amongst people, then the Shinobi and what they are is going to shift and change, like you started to see with fucking Inishi. Okay, could you imagine Inishi in the era of Warring States? The brother would not make it. Okay, he would
We're
not
gonna be
make
talking
it.
about him right now.
So no, but I'm roping it in. Makes sense. Let me cook. Listen, he's a Shinobi. Technically, he's a Shinobi. So they tell me, but what I think of Shinobi, that's Zabuza. Like that, I think that was the beauty of the Land of Waves arc, when they're like trying to let you know early on what a Shinobi actually is. Compare like Kakashi's like prototypical Jonin, and Zabuza's like his foil, right?
All right.
So you kind of understand like Shinobi are nothing to be like messed around with, but they're a byproduct of their era, obviously. We know what Kakashi went through and Zabuza is with his lore. But like, you have like Sarada as a Shinobi, but she's from an era of peace. They were out there like, chasing down pandas that was packing up Meadow Lee. So it just depends on the era in which you're born. And we're talking about the age of Shinobi. We're talking about the era in which Shinobi are around, probably when they're dominating, dominating force. That age shifts. It waxes and wanes. It's more volatile sometimes. It's a little bit more peaceful sometimes. But at the core of it all, underneath everything, is just human problems. Shinobi are just a descriptor for a particular occupation, or a person who does a particular occupation. But the occupation can change, so they're not destined for this, right? If you solve the underlying problems, then the Shinobi won't die early, right? You take Danzo's people, the elders of the village. They were around when Tobirama sacrificed his life and gave the rank of Hokage to Hiruzen. You take Hiruzen himself. That motherfucker lived quite some time, right? So obviously there are exceptions to the rules, but that'll be my general answer. I don't want to go too long with it, but no, Shinobi aren't destined to die because Shinobi aren't ever really one thing. They always seem to be adaptable and they change, and depending on the era in which they live is going to determine what they are. And if the era is more peaceful, they'll live longer. If it's more volatile, they'll live less, I would imagine. So yeah, it's not the shinobi is my point. There's an underlying issue underneath them that is the cause, and that is the fix if you do fix the problem. But yeah.
Facts. I like that.
That might be a much more nuanced take than me, Ao, Inoki, or Kawaki had. Or to be honest, as just me and Kawaki, I don't really know Ao and Inoki's take that thoroughly. But
Now Inoki wanted to it's the Mitsuki stuff. He boasted about what a shinobi ought to be to his grandchild. And his grandchild was faced with an intruder, a bandit, a rogue ninja, and he wanted to stand his ground like he told him about shinobi rather than run away for his own good. And he died. And so Inoki got like really depressed, and he wanted to make sure that no more young people died. So that's why he developed the artificial humans, the Octa, the fabrication, so that they would fight in their stead for the threat that would come down the pike. He was actually one of the few people preparing for a threat in the future. But yeah, that was more so his like ideology or whatever. He didn't want any more young people to die. So yeah.
yeah, true.
Yeah. Shout out to my boy Apex Calibre for the $2 donation. He's been showing a lot of support. He said in the flash forward, you think Boruto is the last shinobi?
Nah, Sardis has to live to uphold the Uchiha way.
I knew Mello was like the wrong person to ask this question.
You think she'd still be a shinobi?
Yeah, like I just said, I think shinobi it adapts to the era and to the people. Yeah, I think Sardis she's cut from the same cloth that Boruto's cut from. Kawaki's not. Like I always say, Kawaki's not a warrior. He doesn't have like he's like Gohan to a degree. He's very he ain't as cool as Gohan. Exactly. It's circumstance. He was forced into this life, but he didn't choose it. That's why Gohan always like drifts off and fucks up. He's a prodigy and it's like a natural affinity. He's like a fucking Saiyan mutant who can like power up really quickly. But if it wasn't for that, he'd be a bum, right? So that's I do think Kawaki was training. I just don't think he was training as hard as Boruto, obviously, because he's not cut from the same cloth like a Boruto, like a Mitsuki, like all the other shinobi who grew up in this like culture, right? So yeah, I think Sardo would definitely stick to the shinobi ways, but she'll just make it better. Like I said, the eras change, and then so do the descriptor of shinobi. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that could be like a nice little prediction. You predict Sarda is gonna remain alive until at least until that flash forward scene.
Sarda's not dying at all. The most that'll happen to her is she'll get like excuse me, like devoured or captured, but that doesn't equal death. Like it might like something like similar to Sasuke. I could see that happening at some point, but die? Nah, she'll be fine. Yeah.
Okay, you got any more life guarantees you throwing out?
I guarantee Himawari will not die.
Okay.
Permanently.
Yeah.
I think
Permanently.
I think she can get like I think she can get some of that Boruto Kawaki action. Okay. I think she can get like packed up and then Hima, but she'll come back, okay. The next chapter, okay.
Right.
She'll
If she's a
back.
Biju, you think she can respawn if she dies though?
Probably, yeah. I think so.
It
It depends on like how the lore breaks down, but me personally, at the end of this series, not only do I want Himawari to be the strongest character in the verse, but I also want her somewhat. It depends on where you are at the end. I want her to get her own series.
Do you
I
think
want
that
like maybe 17, 18, 19-year-old Himawari to get her own series to end the Uzumaki trilogy if they do have one. Yeah.
Do you think a way to get rid of Kurama in the story but still have Himawari being a fucking god is like if Kurama finds a way to do the nuclear fusion thing and create like a baryon mode that doesn't have a defect to it?
I could see that.
Use that shit 24/7 and Kurama just disappears and she just inherits all his powers.
I could see something like that happening. Like they basically just become truly one.
Yeah.
Because right now they're saying like they're of one mind and body.
Mm-hmm.
That's not actually true. Because if that was the case, he wouldn't need to disseminate the information to himself. So
they just know.
That's true. Yeah, she'll just know off the back. True.
Exactly. Like it wouldn't be a utility for that. You wouldn't even see that like that like that. Like everything he knows she would know if that was the case. So this clearly, yeah. So maybe if they were truly one entity, then I could see something like that happening.
Ooh.
Yeah, like a
Sasuke
fusion of
Uchiha
like a
said that.
Biju fusion or something.
Sasuke Uchiha said that Sarada is going to be a tree, bro.
I think it's
I don't
possible.
believe that.
I think it's possible.
For sure.
I think
If
a
I
lot of characters are going to get like captured. Maybe it just depends. But
actually
what's
agree with that.
sorry, what's clear to
Boruto.
me is that Kishimoto really likes Sarada. That much is clear to me. Just the way he's been depicting her so far in the time skip. Even when she's like she took the L to Hirari straight up, it's still like done in a way to where you can like, but he had to do, like he's really brilliant with the writing. He doesn't want to give her too much too soon. So he's like kind of holding her back a little bit, but also like, making her look very dominant. Like this is how I would write her. I would do things differently. But if I was writing like a character like her, like, it would be almost exactly like this. Showcase her, make it look good, but don't have her succeed just yet, and make the audience wait for more. Yeah, 100%. But yeah, yeah. So it's like nothing's happening to her. He loves him. He loves him some Uchiha, and right now she's the representation of Uchiha in the story. So yeah.
That's true. But real quick, just to answer the super chat, if I assume, I'd say Boruto's probably not the last shinobi, and to be honest, I wouldn't necessarily rule out other villages to like still be standing at that point. Like maybe the Hidden Leaf village is gone, but I don't think like all the other five like major nations or four major nations are like completely wiped out. So like I think there'll be more shinobi, and not only that, I mean one of the things we gotta think about as well, like there's shinobis like in the cut. Like it's not just the five great shinobi nations. It's not just like the other nations to the side. Like there's shinobis like in a super cut. Like remember, there are shinobis that survived through the fourth great shinobi war and was just chilling. It was just chilling. Something probably happened when the Infinite Tsukuyomi came out, but like they were just chilling. So like I feel like there's always gonna be shinobi, even if it's just like 1,000 scattered around the planet. I think there's probably always gonna be shinobi, especially at that time. Like there a lot at too much stuff didn't happen. At least I don't think to where like all shinobis on the planet would be like gone.
Okay, I feel that.
Wait, what
Unless,
was the question?
do you think that
Eight
Kawaki in the
Pascal.
flash forward that Boruto is the last shinobi?
In the flash, where you think Boruto is the? Oh yeah, he did ask that. Yeah, I already answered that. Yeah.
Yeah. I need everybody to hit that like button too, bro. We got like 24 likes or something like that. We got 50 people watching. That's insane. Insanity, I tell you. Insanity. Hit that like button.
Madness, some people may say.
Yeah,
Yeah,
got anything? Oh, Bar, you said you wanted to talk about something about with the Biju or some shit like that. You talk about this another time.
I was about to say. Yeah,
I wrote it down on a sticky note.
Last one. Yeah, the reason why I didn't necessarily want to bring it because I haven't really fleshed out. Well, at least my opinion completely fleshed out. My question was like, why do Bijus want the chakra fruit? And we were kind of talking about like, because we were talking, hey, maybe the Bijus are going to be like what actually opposes the Otsutsuki members. I kind of thought like the Otsutsuki's wanting, I mean, the Bijus wanting a chakra fruit was always like intimately tied to the Otsutskis, but like maybe the Ten Tails want the chakra fruit for themselves, and that in itself could lead us to some sort of like goals for the Shinjus currently. That, and again, this has nothing to do with Otsutskis, but I have no idea.
Wait, what's your question? I'm sorry, I'm so lost on what the actual question is.
Why do Bijus want the chakra fruit? I feel like that
Oh.
answer leads us to a lot of stuff.
I mean, I think it's just an animalistic desire. Just like, why do you want to eat food? So you can have nourishment and you know and stuff like that. I think that's just like their function, how they operate. That's what they need for nourishment. It's a chocolate fruit.
I don't think so.
I mean, you work every day and do what you do every day so you can eat, right? Put a roof over your head, stuff like that. But mostly
Yeah,
they
but
eat,
like
right?
the ten tails and chakra fruit is different. Like once they create the chakra fruit, they don't eat the chakra fruit, and they just hold it. And like once someone takes the chakra fruit, then that's when they rampage. Like that's when they run amok, per se. But like no one really knows why they want the chakra fruit. Like it's not necessarily giving them energy, because they're alive without it. They could exist without it.
I think it's just like that. What was the one word or one of the one words that I used to describe this arc? You remember?
Nah.
Nah, I don't know. I don't remember. I don't
I
remember at all.
was like, yeah, they don't remember.
I don't know.
Evolution.
Oh.
I think they're. I think like, any person, just just on a simple level, people desire to evolve and change and improve. If you have like any sense about you, and trying to remain stagnant. So I think there's trying to evolve and improve. And we know what the chakra fruit does for you. I mean, Ishiki told Cold himself, right? Like, upgrade yourself, son. Young blood, upgrade yourself, man. Become a brand new Otsutsuki. So I don't think they really care about becoming Otsutsuki. I just think they care about, I don't even think they care necessarily about remaining like what they are, like Biju. Like, there's no like supremacy, Biju supremacy. No, like, I think they just want to become like a Otsutsuki god-esque type of person, like a Shiba. Just like keep continuously to evolve and then see what happens. It may sound simple, but especially Jura, like I think that's representative of Jura more so than anything, to where he clearly like wants to like he wants knowledge. He's very inquisitive. What better way to get knowledge than to consume the chakra fruit? You're going to get all that knowledge, one would imagine, quickly, right? But you know, there's a difference between like knowing something and experiencing it. So maybe he wants to experience things. That's why he's choosing not to consume Boruto and Kawaki right now, right? It's the journey, not the destination. So all that's like really fascinating stuff. But I think that's probably the reason. There's just this biological imperative to improve and to advance. And I think that's what they're looking for. I mean, even just look at what they do. They devour, and per what Boruto says, they're like taking things from the people they've consumed, right? So that's just an add, like it's just a plus. It's just an upgrade, a constant upgrade, right? Um, and I'm not going to get into my simulation world theory, and they're just like programs and viruses, and chakras just data. It's not really magical or mystical or spiritual. It's actually ones and zeros. I'm not getting into that. They're not sims in a simulation. Forget I said anything about that. But yeah, I think they're trying to upgrade themselves for sure. Yeah.
Probably. I like that answer. I like that answer. Could be the case. Well, the next question would be, how would Karma upgrade Jura, and how would Sarda upgrade Mari? Again, more specific to the Shinju, we'll probably get into that like a later pod or something like that. But like the line of thinking, in my personal opinion, I think that once we find out, like, and if it could be like just the actual function of upgrade, I think once we find out the function of why they actually do want the chakra fruit, we'll kind of find out some of the Shinju's motivations, in my personal opinion. But what kind of got what kind of got me thinking about that was just us kind of like separating the Otsutskis from the Biju, like, and now me thinking, hey, the Biju want the chakra fruit for themselves, not complete just for the Otsutsuki. Nice little thought experiment.
Yeah, I mean, just take a look at Hidari. I mean, I suppose it would be, what's the value of an added thing onto a person? That's like so subjective, right? So just something like, for me, I think having chakra in general, or like being able to use Chidori, is cool. So like that would be like the benefit for me would be, it's cool. Like this is fucking dope. I get a dopamine hit from this shit. It's dope. For Hidari, he can do a thing. Number one, he exists, which is more than he did before consuming Sasuke, or before Sasuke was consumed. So it brought about his existence. That's fucking huge, right? And then also it brought about his not only his existence, but also his individuality from his like counterparts, like from what he originally was, which was the Ten Tails. That's also big. And then he can use like chakra, and then like Chidori. And then also like just through lived experience, he learns he learns the name of this thing he can use, right? And then he gets to see the Sharingan for the first time. Like, so he just like accruing new shit, right? It's all like an addition to his lived experience, what he can get from devouring people, which is like I would imagine a quicker way of like getting things. Like I said, I think he has a Sharingan from Sasuke. I just don't think he knows that he has it. So
Could be.
yeah, like that's what I think. I think he's like hella nerfed. I think Hidari's really nerfed. I think if Hidari was at his like max power, he wasn't like mentally conflicted or like a new entity, Sarada and Konohamaru would have zero chance against him. They would just die, like outright. I think he's a heavily nerfed character right now, and that would explain why they can even do what they can do against him. But this is my hypothesis. But yeah,
I wouldn't blame
just
him.
anything. Like Kurama, and they can just bring, I don't know, more chakra, more techniques, more knowledge about whatever Kurama knows about Biju and like the 1,000 years plus of history that he can accrue over time. That's all valuable stuff. It just depends on your perspective. But it is an addition to, it is evolution and advancement for sure.
No, true. We got Apex last two donations.
Oh yeah. Apex Calibre shot us two $2 donations. He says, unless Jura becomes a chakra fruit and drains the world, similar to the last Samurai and Meiji Restoration. I haven't read the last Samurai.
I think he was kind of replying to our conversation, but I completely forgot what we were talking about. I ain't gonna lie.
Unless Jura became a chakra fruit and drained the world. Not Jura becoming a chakra, that'd be funny. He just has lips and starts talking. He's like, eat me. Please, eat me. Devour me.
That wouldn't be out of character, though.
This some Courage the Cowardly Dog shit, boy. Like, what is going on? Return the slab, head ass boy. Nah.
Oh, but he did drop a comment. He says, and that's how Kawaki and Boruto are the only ones in the flash forward. So I'm guessing, could they have something to do with each other? Apex, drop another comment if you want to clarify the donos real quick, if you could.
Are they well, number one, shout out to Apex.
Yeah, shout out to him.
Even active.
Lord Shadow Hokage too. Big ups to everyone who left a super chat. Don't know. You guys are absolutely amazing. And channel members.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We love you guys.
I bet. New subs, old subs, the cool ones. You guys are cool. You know who you are. But yeah. No, so I think I don't know what Meiji is. I'm not sure what that is. Sounds cool though. Samurais.
I'm about to read The Last Samurai.
Is that like that movie with like the White Savior movie with Tom Cruise?
Oh, I don't think
I'm
so.
pretty sure that's like the White Savior movie with Tom Cruise.
Oh yeah, you're right. Then I did see that before.
Yeah.
For some reason, I was thinking about Samurai Jack. I don't know why.
I'm thinking of Samurai 8. I'm thinking of Samurai 8. That's what I'm thinking of. That's what I have to read it. But The Last Samurai, definitely seen this before. Yeah.
Yo, what do you think? Boruto versus Ichigo in swordplay. Bro cooking? He cooking Ichigo? Base to base.
Oh, base?
Yeah. I mean, I guess as base as he can get. I think he always has like his Shikai for Ichigo. That big ass sword, but no Bunkai.
Nah, I don't think he's cooking Ichigo. No Bunkai. Boruto got too much going for him though. Like we're talking about flying thunder guy. It's too much that he has. That
Wait. Soul Society, Ichigo.
Damn, so you nerfing him all the way back to Soul Society?
Hey, he was going up against Zaraki with his Shikai. And he was going up against Byakuya before he even used Bunkai. When he said Rukia.
We're talking about TBV Boruto though, right?
Yeah. Nah, bro, part one? Nah, yeah, no TBV. Yeah. Like, I'm even, well, I don't want to give what do you think?
I think Boruto's cooking him, bro. And I'm a big fan of Ichigo, but I think Boruto's cooking him. I think Boruto has too much going for himself. Are you talking about just
whoa.
Are you talking about him? He can't use Bankai, nothing?
Not just Shikai, bro. Just Shikai.
Nah, he's not fucking with Boruto, bro. He doesn't. I don't think so.
Oh, wow. Okay, bro. He's being adept. Can he even see Ichigo? Shinigami?
Ichigo. I mean, just to be fair, I would assume so. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Just to be fair in the fight, I would assume yes, he can see him. I get where you're going with that, though.
You think he can beat a death god? Okay, listen, I asked the question.
It's
You answered it. Like
crazy
I
when
was
you
like,
it's crazy when you title him like that though.
the Shinigami, bro. Like that's.
It's crazy when you title it like that. Yes, I do
mm.
think so though. I think Boruto got too much going for him, bro. I think he has you packing up too many techniques against Ichigo. I don't know, man. You gotta. I mean, Nah, I think Boruto's cooking him, bro. I can't pull out nothing that Ichigo can do to actually win. What do you got? What do you got? You're more of a power scaler than I am. I'm just going off of pure head
I'm not.
canon.
I can't scale Bleach. I'm not that informed, but to my understanding, Bleach is just a different tier of power. But I just don't know, like, if that's from the start or where like it cuts off. Like, how far into the series do you think Boruto stands a chance? Because like my favorite Ichigo is like when he's fighting Grimmjow,
It's my favorite
like with
Ichigo
the
too.
Vizar mask, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's beaten that. I don't think he's beating Bunkai Ichigo. Maybe
So
just his
Ichigo
Shikai.
can just have Ichigo can have the mask though. You say you giving Ichigo the
I don't even
mask?
think that's fair for. I don't think Ichigo's fair for Boruto at all, bro. I'm gonna keep it a bean. I think like the Shikai Ichigo who saved Rukia and was fighting like Byakuya before Bunkai, like that. I don't fucking know, bro. I don't know. I'm not informed enough about Bleach to be making prescriptions about that shit. To be honest, I was just curious about what you think because I'm trying to like. I think Boruto's a dope ass swordsman. Like I just love like the sword shit is like hella cool. And for whatever reason, Boruto makes it even cooler. I don't know what it is. Like just the way his style, he's just so swaggy with that shit, bro. I'm like, yo, can he go up against Zoro from One Piece? Like all this shit, bro. So
See, that'd be something I can't answer. Even though Zoro is like one of my favorite characters, from a person who never watched. Well, like, what am I? 330. Last I checked,
yeah, that's why I said Bleach.
335. Yeah, I mean, I watched a little bit though. Zoro still
Nah,
like I watch like I watch cuts and I watch Zoro fights and shit or watch him run off.
Rurouni Kenshin getting body, bro.
Rurouni
Getting
Kenshin is
body.
definitely getting body. Rurouni Kenshin is a human.
That boy getting body, bro. Samurai Jack, I don't know, bro. Like, listen, Jack got powers and shit. He had a
Yo,
magical
Jack went
sword,
all the way
bro.
to the past, bro. Like, damn.
Yeah, bro. Jack got fucking what's that new season? Isn't he like an immortal or something? Can't die. That dude's elite, bro.
I fell off on Samurai Jack. I can't even lie. People told me it was an ending to it. I didn't even know.
Yeah, I haven't seen the new season yet.
It's a
Like
new
I don't.
season. See, that's how far
Yeah,
back I am.
yeah. No, it's new to me because I haven't seen it. But like they just kind of they didn't finish it and they brought a new season back and then just to wrap it up. But I don't know. It's just
Oh,
something about like
okay.
finishing something
So
that
they
just
didn't
like
finish it then, because I was like,
yeah. I
man, I
think they
ain't watched it
finished the
since I was
story.
like 13.
Yeah, I think they finished his story. Yeah,
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I'm about to check it out.
Real quick, Apex kind of cleared up some of his donos. He
Okay,
says
go ahead.
because in the war arc, when the chakra fruit was being made, didn't it drain the world's chakra from the people? And another one on the Meiji Restoration says the Meiji Restoration is when Japan was modernizing, and the last of the samurai were the last of the samurai were ended. Yeah, pretty much.
But it was ended by circumstances, though, right? Because Japan was modernized.
Oh, he's talking about an
Yeah.
era.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see what he's saying. I thought he was
Yeah, I
talking about
see
like
where
an
he's going
anime.
with that.
I
Yeah.
thought that was the name of an anime he was talking about. Yeah,
No.
like I think around like the 16th century, they started to enter an era of peace, and then they got westernized, and then they started developing like kendo and shit from the police force and all that shit. Yeah, it's interesting. Were they creating chakra fruit in the war arc? Like Shippuden?
Yeah, that's what
I
he's
could have
talking
sworn
about.
I seen a chakra fruit, but I don't know how that thing came to be.
Nah, bro. That was just like some backstory that was being told from Hagoromo or some shit. No, like they weren't because they weren't Otsutsuki. Like Obito and Madara, they were just trying to create infinite Tsukuyomi, but it was Kaguya doing some finagling in the background. But like she wasn't trying to create a chakra fruit. She already ate one. She was trying to get her chakra back. Like there was like no chakra fruit intentions at that point that I remember. I don't know. I might be spazzing.
It was more of like an infinite Tsukuyomi, whereas there's like a flower, and once the flower opened, there was like a
Oh,
something
you
with
mean a
like
tree?
tones on it, and then
Yeah.
that shined on the moon, something like that.
Yeah, yeah. That was the infinite Tsukuyomi being casted. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Oh no, yeah, because I remember when Madara was like fighting Hashirama, and he was explaining it to him, like what was going to happen. Like once the bulb on top of the tree, blooms, then the eye is going to reflect off the moon. Did that happen though? I'm pretty sure like he reflected his eye off the moon, like that third eye, or did he just like act? I don't fucking remember. It's been a minute.
I remember there was like a flower that kind of opened. Apex said I think Obito did it or tried with the divine tree.
Like chakra fruit. I'm pretty sure all Obito wanted to do is like bring people into a world of dreams so that he could stop suffering. Cause he's a bitch. I think that's what he was trying to do.
I'm not even. I don't think they knew like all the functions or specifically what they were doing.
Yeah, I think the only person that probably knew that shit was Madara, but everything got like rewritten by Black Zetsu, so he knew false stuff. But I think what they were actively trying to do was the infinite Tsukuyomi because Madara was a bitch too. Although, to be clear, Obito is my favorite villain in the entire franchise, probably just above Nagato. But they were bitches because they couldn't take all the loss in their lives. So what they were trying to do is put everyone in like a simulation so they wouldn't suffer anymore. And then that was their like, hey, the world's fucked up. People are fucked up. There's no way to fix people. There's no way to fix the world. So we're gonna put you in a fake world where you won't suffer anymore. You can live out your days in relative peace. But that was based off of misinformation. Kaguya would just came back, packed up Madara. Madara probably packed up Obito if everything went to plan. Pack up Obito. Madara's just there. Everyone's in the infinite Tsukuyomi. Kaguya comes back, packs up Madara, and then siphons out the chakra and kills everybody. That's probably how that would go. And then like Ishiki or Jigen's gonna come out. Oh shit, Kaguya's back. Let me run because she's gonna fuck me up again. Okay, that's how that would have happened. She's gonna fuck me up again. Okay, like I want to keep my penis this time. Okay, like yes, that's canon. Okay, canon. So I do have a question for you guys before we wrap up, because we do need to wrap up. Are you guys watching anything besides Boruto, or watching, reading? Right now I'm watching The Acolyte. God help my soul, Star Wars. The Boys season 4. This show called Dark Matter. It's like this cube, this multiverse. It's fucking amazing. I'm watching it with my mom.
What is that on?
You guys watching something? I think it's. I want to say Apple TV. It's on Apple TV.
Apple TV. I've been catching up on Planet of the Apes. Honestly.
What you mean? Like the OG shit?
Yeah, well, all the movies that came out because I want to go see the new movie that just dropped, the Planet of the Apes movie. So I've been trying to catch up.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah, I think I'm on. Wait, hold on. Which one did I laugh? So watch. I think it was Rise. No. Rise of the Planet of the Apes is the first one, and then Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is the second one.
You mean you're watching like the older?
Nah, these are
older modern one. The modern one.
No, these came out. Wait, hold on. Let me see. Because War of the Planet of the Apes. No, they redid them.
That shit came out in the 70s.
Yeah, but they redid them. War of the Planet of the Apes.
Some of that one with Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg.
War of the Planet of the Apes came out in 2017.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you're talking about like the older, newer ones.
Yeah.
Like Caesar and shit. Okay.
Caesar, yeah, my boy Caesar, bro.
Bad. Okay. What about you, Bar? Oh no, I'm sorry. You have anything else?
No, honestly, I've been binge watching Planet of the Apes, so that was all.
Bet.
Oh, How I Met Your Mother. On the side, I'll watch that, but that's just
How I Met Your Brother.
How I Met Your Mother. You never seen How I Met Your Mother? Oh man, bro, that shit is my shit.
I think I had some family members watch it. Yeah.
Only reason why I watch it is because my boy Barney. What's his real name? He's gay, but he's like the ultimate Mac, bro. What's his name? I can't remember his name off the top of my head.
I don't know. Maybe send a picture in Discord.
Barney.
What about you, Bar? Why he talks about Barney?
Yeah, I haven't really been watching that much series. Pretty much all sports in my free time nowadays.
Neil Patrick
right now
Harris.
It's like,
I don't know who that is. But
You'll know when I drop him. He was on American Pie and shit like that. This dude.
I ain't seen that shit in the grip.
I dropped him in private chat. This dude right here.
I know who that. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Funny as hell in that show. I swear to
God. No, this dude is funny. I didn't know his name was Barney.
No, that's not his real name. His name in the show. His real name is Neil Patrick Harris.
You literally just said his name. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I saw Barney up there. I was like, wait. This is I didn't see fictional character. Okay, man.
My bad,
Bar. What you doing?
I'm kind of multitasking, but yeah, I haven't really been watching too much series. The only thing I'm watching right now in my free time is sports. The Euros on, Copa America's on, so soccer's up right now. Basketball, the draft is in like literally I think 6 days, 6 or 7, either 5 or 6 days. So like NBA draft, that's ramping up. NBA off season, that's ramping up. Jimmy Butler might be traded, so like, there's a lot of content I'm consuming that's just strictly sports. So like. Not too much series.
Okay, but. And by the way, for my
streaming messed up. My bad. Just one question. Do y'all think streaming kind of messed up like binge watching series, since you can just watch it at any point in time whenever you want? It like gets rid of the urgency to watch something.
It's possible. I don't want to say for sure, because I remember when I was super duper into like a lot of series, like even if they dropped the whole series on Netflix, I'll watch the whole thing like the first week, and then I'd be wanting like the next series. Like I did that with Castlevania, did that with Scandal the first time that I got a hold of it. So like
Scandal was my shit, bro. I remember that.
Yeah, so like to an extent, it's possible. I think I heard somewhere that on average for Netflix, people watch I wouldn't say average, but like an average binge, quote unquote, is like 3 episodes per sitting. So it's like, I guess that could add in a potential like downside to like just watching TV. Maybe after the first episode, you really want to see another one, so like you're 100% gonna tune in. But like if you watch like 3 episodes, and it's like, hey, maybe I could just like chill off for a couple weeks and come back and watch another 3 episodes. So it probably did it impacted it a bit.
Yeah, because I was watching this. Oh, sorry, go ahead. Go.
No, I was just say, I don't think it's streaming is a problem. I just think it's the format of like in streaming, because like this like I'm watching The Boys right now, and it's like 1 episode a week. So you can't binge it.
Yeah,
and I think that's better for like conversation, and it makes it like the series more relevant because it trends for months on end. And if you're a content creator, it's like fucking wonderful, because you have multiple, like 8 episodes, 8 videos, and probably theories and all other stuff that comes with it. But yeah, I would just say that like right now I'm watching Bridgerton. Well, I'm about to start season 3, and I think it's just I'm not getting a new season for 2 years, so they claim. So I'm gonna probably take it slow, but knowing me, I won't be able to. And I think that's a self-control issue with like me, and then also other people as well. So I think it's not the model, it's not the medium, it's the people. You gotta have some self-control to chill.
I was watching this thing, and it was talking about how like when you have more options, you're more unhappy than when you have less options. And it was like doing this study and stuff like that, and it was like analytics, like not like saying like if you have less choices, meaning like, all right, if you go to a restaurant and they have like 5 things on the menu, it's like kind of easier for your mind to process and for you to choose something, rather than having like 20-30 options and you're sitting there like overwhelmed and shit, you know?
Yeah, I think it's just depends on the person and the options.
Yeah, of course. This is analytics and stuff like that. So like not everybody's affected the same way, but like more, it says like more people are affected in this way than not.
I mean, if it says that, but I mean, yeah, it just depends on the context for sure. Like if you have more money is one of the options, then I'm pretty sure you want more money than not. If it's like, hey, I can get a fry, like, or like I can only get a burger. Like the fuck, like I want a hot dog. Like, I don't want a burger. I'll be more pissed about that. So like it could wax and wane. It just depends. But
I see what you mean.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to
deciding something is a process.
That's just focus though. Like, hey, I got these options. Like, focus your fucking mind and pick one, dude. Like, stop having your eyes go cross-eyed, wandering across the board. Just figure out what you want. Like, this is a place called Cookout. I go there all the time. Their fucking menu is insane. I don't even know half the shit on there, but I know what I want. I want that fucking burger with them pickles, that bacon, that onion, that cheese, that ketchup, the fry and the nuggets and the sweet tea. That's my shit with
But
a side of
say
ranch.
say that you went there and you didn't already know what you wanted though, and you got that big ass menu.
Well,
I heard
sorry.
myself.
Yeah, it might
My
be
bad.
bar.
My headphones just died. You guys.
You have
We'll have to
bro,
wrap up
your
soon.
headphones got batteries.
I was
bro?
about to
It's
say
2024,
what?
bro.
You need some
Got
AAA's,
sentient
bar.
headphones. You need one of them Bijou headphones, okay? Just reincarnate when it dies.
I
But
think
yeah,
my boy got on
this place in
AirPods.
particular, it says hot dogs, cheeseburgers. So when I pull up, I'm expecting you to have some fucking hot dogs and some cheeseburgers. So
That's facts. If
yeah,
that's the name of the store,
Yeah.
yeah, that's the name of the facility. I got you on that.
yeah, it says cookout, and underneath it tells you what it has. Yeah, but for instance, if I go to a place and I don't know what the fuck is there, then I'll probably just go to, hey, like, what's your specialty? What's your house special? Oh yeah, fish. So okay, give me some fried southern fried fish. You know, and I'm eating, right? So yeah.
Yeah, see, your options has to be filtered though for you to make a decision. That's what I'm saying. Like when you have a lot of options and stuff like that, it could become overwhelming. That's what I said. People are more happier with less options, and you kind of prove that because you got to filter out the options.
Nah.
Like, what is your specialty? Okay, this is what you do. Then I'm gonna choose this right here.
Nah.
They filtered out your options
think-
for you.
I think overwhelming is a very strong term.
You'll sit there and you'll be trying to think for longer about what you want.
Not really. Like
Do I want
it
the
just
hot
depends
dog
on what I'm
or
in the
do I
mood
want the
for.
hamburger?
It's like I go to a place, I'm like, okay, what is this? Like, what is this place? First and foremost, that's what I'm trying to figure. Like, am I going? If I want a steak, I'm going to like Longhorns or some shit. Like, if I want like some Mexican food, I'm going to like this Mexican La Parrilla out the street from at the square. I'm trying to figure out like if what am I in the mood for? First and foremost, that's going to dictate where I go. So once I get there, I kind of know what I'm dealing with. Hey,
Chick-fil-A,
Mexican,
I know that.
you probably got a burrito. Can I get a ground beef and bean burrito with like queso and yeah?
I can see
Just,
you've been through this rodeo more than once, so
yeah.
I think I'm talking
probably.
to an all-star here when it comes to this. But yo,
Oh, and I'm watching House of the Dragon too. I saw that in chat. Yeah, that's fire.
Yeah.
I think that comes out tomorrow. Yeah, I'm gonna watch that with my mom.
Lord Shadow Hokage the third, shout out to $2 donation. He said, "Hop on the Power series, best black TV show out." Man, I'll be having a problem with watching shows that are like overhyped. Like I don't know, like Power. What was the other one called?
Snowfall.
All those movies. All those shows. I heard nothing but like astounding things about. But I'm like, I'll probably watch it like years down the line or something like that.
I watched Power.
It might be for a reason.
You said
it
what?
Might be for a reason.
What?
No, I watched Power, but I kind of there's like other ones like Power Book X, Y, and Z. I'm like, man, it's too much fucking
You got
shit.
Kanan and all types of shit.
Yeah, I just get kind of like why black people always gotta be like drug dealers or drug users or fucking cocaine, meth heads, and serial killers and criminals and shit.
I mean, because this is coming from the POV of Curtis Jackson. That's why, bro. Ultimate crack dealer hustler from the 90s, bro. Got shot 9 times. Now he talks like a mouse.
I'm talking like a mouse. The fuck does he?
You know, look at that boy's mouth, bro. Look at that boy's mouth when he talk. He talk like a goddamn rabbit.
He got wire shot. I think he just got hit in his mouth. Like somebody just popped him in the jaw. He made up a story. They fucked him up. I think he just lied, bro. There's no way you coming back from that, bro.
Well, getting hit up 9 times. It's people who do, bro. It's people who survive headshots, bro.
No, they got fucking stormtrooper aim. Okay, like what the fuck? Like
yeah, like imagine being a nigga who was shooting, bro.
But when you just shooting off a barrage, like when you shooting off a barrage of bullets, you like don't really know what it's going to hit. You're just shooting, though. Like I don't have any no firsthand knowledge in this. I don't know anything about this, but yeah.
Bro, I didn't seen you rocking that piece on stream, bro. Stop this. Stop the cap, bro. Stop it. Listen, don't you know I'm a watcher of the Diplomatic Community podcast, which you guys should definitely subscribe to. Okay, don't you know I watch that, bro? I'll be seeing you.
Yeah. No, I don't have any firsthand knowledge, but yeah, you just shooting, bro. It's like you can aim for the head. You're not going to necessarily hit their head. You might hit them in the mouth a couple times, or hit them in the neck or the upper chest and shit. So. But
like you suck so bad, but then like somehow you manage to like just pinpoint
like
accuracy in
nah.
one
I'm
part of
saying
the
if you're
body.
hitting for the head, like you might not hit him in the head. You might hit him in the jaw. You might hit him in the neck. You might hit him in the upper body and stuff like that. If you're aiming for the head, and it's a moving
Listen.
target too, though. Like you gotta imagine.
Listen.
Like that's why people shouldn't shoot for headshots, bro. Because it's like the head is the smallest part of the body. You should shoot for like the mid area or like the legs
Listen,
or the lower
We
body.
don't advocate violence.
Yes, you
We're
do.
not advocating.
Hey, what? Yeah, and Call of
when we're
Duty.
trying to get the
Yeah,
dark
I'm
matter
bro.
cameras,
Yes,
we have to
and
shoot
Call of
people.
Duty. That's on. Nah, I ain't doing headshots. I'm hitting you in the body.
Absolutely. We
Bah,
are not
bah,
giving
bah,
advice for homicide. Okay, that's not a thing
No.
that's happening in the Cloud Ninja podcast.
No,
Time
this is
below
all
board.
for self-defense. All for self-defense purposes.
in Call of Duty.
Yeah, in
a
Call of
video
Duty.
game for 100%.
And
Here's how to
Um,
get the.
I might play.
the
I'm about to
Diamond
play Call of Duty
AM94.
actually.
Like, this is what we talking
Hey, oh, y'all gotta shoot me out gamer tags. So y'all be playing Call of Duty and shit too. By the way, just.
about. I don't really be playing that much. That
Yeah, I'd be
much
too
anymore.
busy. For
I
the
don't be
games,
playing
I'm
like
not
that
gonna-
either. But
Listen,
I'm
if
probably
y'all
about to
wanna
hop
hop
off and
on-
play.
If you want to ready up the fucking Brawlhalla tournaments again, hey, I'm game. But like anything else, I'm probably like,
I might have to get
But we-
back in the gym. Get in the gym for Brawlhalla. I still never played it. I said get back. I never played that.
I'm about to say he
Right.
is not about to hop in the gym. Yo, everybody join the Discord. We might get us some Brawlhalla tournaments going on sometime soon. I'm gonna drop the.
put your money up. Just don't invite Rain, okay? That motherfucker too good.
He said, I,
Motherfucker too good.
"Wait, I thought it was gonna be for another reason." He says, "No, he's too good." They're like, "What? You scared of the smoke with Ray?"
Motherfucker too good, bro. He always finds a way, okay? Fuck. I got PTSD from them battles we've been having back in the day. Listen,
Bruh.
before I
Hey,
go,
yo, so join
I'm
the Discord to beat Mello and Brawlhalla. Give him some PTSD. Give him some war flashbacks and stuff like that. Make
Listen.
him remember you. So I'm dropping that
notice
right
I'm-
now.
you notice I mentioned one brother's name out of all them dudes I was packing up, okay? It was one guy, okay? One. Right? And all he did
Well,
was
be
run,
that other
by the
one.
way.
Be that other one to pack Mello up. Join the Discord. We're gonna get some Brawlhalla tournaments coming up in the next week or two.
Yeah.
We're gonna get this.
God
poppin'.
bless you and keep you, okay? Good luck, okay? Before I go though, since you know you want to recommend Power, okay, that mid, okay. Bro got packed up by his own Padawan, by his own offspring. Okay, spoiler alert. Listen, The
Talk
Wire.
about I do spoilers. You just what?
I'm actively discouraging people from watching that nonsense. Listen, The Wire. The Wire is a fantastic show about some prime. I wouldn't say that word no more. Anyways, that's a great show. And then Oz is also a great show. OG shows.
Yeah, Oz
Just
got a
definitely
lot
check
of
them out, okay.
a lot of I'm not gonna say the word, but I'll say LGBT things going on in there.
What?
But
I
that's
was
neither
thinking
here
about
nor
the
there.
brother that got.
Nah,
I was thinking about the brother
bro.
that got burnt alive in his cell.
You talking about
I
that
don't know
prison
what you-
show? Nah, bro, you ain't watching enough. Then watch Oz. Go ahead, keep on watching.
I mean, I know what you talking about. Ain't nobody like when I think of Oz, I'm thinking about like my boy Edabisi.
Nope.
I need tits. I need teeth.
Bro,
yeah, like, I'm thinking about
traumatized
Edabisi,
me.
bro.
Nope, traumatized me as a kid. Never went to prison. Can say
Oh,
that
you
with
was
my
supposed to
chest
be
out.
watching that shit as a kid,
Bro,
bro.
I was watching that with my grandpa as a kid. That scarred me for life, bro. Did something good though. Never went to prison. Not going to either.
Hey, listen, God is good. Okay, so I hear. Listen, gentlemen, always a pleasure. I appreciate you guys.
One last thing.
Oh yeah.
You guys probably don't want me to care about this, but I do want to immortalize this moment since the draft is going to be next week for basketball purposes. I do want to name off some of the people I do think is going to be actually good. Zachary Richesay, Alex
Who?
Sarr,
I'm probably
You guys
gonna know
probably won't.
nothing
Rob
about any of these people.
Isaiah
that you're saying.
Collier.
Oh,
In
I know
like
Isaiah
5
Collier
years,
is.
those four are probably gonna be like MVP candidates. And yeah, I'm gonna be like, nah, bro, barring you. I was about to say Rob, nah, barring you.
I need going ham,
Alright,
bro.
that's it.
Who doesn't Georgia have like the #1 pick?
Yeah, the Hawks. Like I said, Georgia. Yeah, Atlanta.
Damn, she packing up my knees. Yeah.
Atlanta's a city.
So I'm thinking, who's the best? Or like, do we have anybody that's worth getting this year? That's basically my point.
Nah, I'm gonna be 100%.
Damn, bro, how the
But-
fuck we get the #1 pick and we ain't got like Wembyamba?
Nah, yeah. That's the thing. But there are like players in this draft that has like high ceilings that could be good. So like Rob Dillingham is like he's like a Kyrie 2.0. Like Alex Sarr, he's probably a projected #1 pick. He's
Wait,
like a
wait.
Bam Adebayo hybrid, but he's
Kyrie
actually
2.0? 12
Yeah,
points
he's
in the
actually
finals. Damn.
Yeah, type of
Damn.
thing.
Well, we got Kumbaya Kyrie, or we got like Cleveland Finals 2016 Kyrie? What were we talking?
Low key, it might be both. Rob Dillingham is super
no.
quiet, bruh.
Oh
So like,
no.
he might actually, he might go crazy. You
Oh
never
no.
know. I don't
No.
He ain't
know.
Oh
got that
no.
dog in him. He ain't got that dog in
Yeah,
him.
but he's like Kyrie with the speed of Ja Morant. It's that
Oh,
crazy.
handles with Josh
Yeah,
Speed.
yeah,
Damn,
that
number one
crazy.
pick. What's he touted to go?
Oh, he's touted to go like 14, 15. He was
God,
supposed
gotta peep some of his
earlier.
highlights.
He was like a top 5 guy, but at
How
the
tall is he?
combine he weighed in at like 164 and is like 6'1". He's like
Oh,
tiny.
he's a
He's like
lightweight.
Ja Morant size, like actually. So
Okay,
like
but he ain't got them ups like Ja. No,
he
wait, Ja's
does.
like 6'3", ain't he?
Nah,
Like six
Ja's
two,
6'1".
6'1",
He's
but
Ja's 6'1".
6'1", dunking on dudes. Nah, Ja's crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
got
You gotta
hops,
put them
bro.
guns down and start balling. That boy playing. That boy
Real.
playing.
Didn't he get injured
For real.
though? I thought he got injured at the end of this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
his
he
shoulder or
his
something. I think
shoulder. Yeah.
that's a bad injury.
Yeah,
I
it
heard
is.
it could fuck up your shot.
I mean, my boy,
Excuse me.
what's his name? Rajon Rondo. His whole arm came out of the socket, and he still played though. So
Yeah.
I don't
He was
know if y'all
averaging
remember that.
single digit
Oh
points.
yeah.
Nah, he was going crazy
That
at
was
this
against the
time.
Heat.
Yeah,
Only thing I
yeah.
remember about Rondo was that little fake pass he'd always do behind his back. That
Mm-hmm.
shit was sick. That was
Yeah.
it though. I don't know.
Nah, he was
Lakers might
going off
hire
around
him,
this
to
time.
be honest.
Yeah, he
Hire
his
him do
assist is
what?
crazy.
To coach with JJ Redick.
Really?
Oh man, bro gonna be like Nishi.
He that
not
old
earning
already?
his check.
This nigga
Nah,
said
what?
Nishi.
That's he gonna be like D Rose when he was injured, bro. Just taking money, bro. That dude
Bro,
could have
if
came
I'm
back
not
years ago.
hold up, if I'm not mistaken, LeBron is older than him, right?
Yeah, he has to be.
No, because I remember when he was going up against
Or LeBron has to be older
Boston.
than him.
That was like the bane of his existence for a while. Like them dudes, like he was like a little bro to them, and he finally overcame them that one year.
So
After I think it's
Rondo's
2012
38
year.
years old.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he older. Never mind. They're the same age. They're
LeBron
pretty much
39.
the same age. Yeah,
Yeah, LeBron 39. He wants to be 40.
it must have been
December.
KG and Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce a fucking weirdo. That dude. Oof.
In December, this nigga LeBron turns 40, bro. He about to play with his son. He about to be the first basketball player to play
Bro.
with his child. That's crazy.
LeBron playing. He 40 and still cooking 20-year-olds, bro. It's insane.
No, not
It's
really.
insane.
You don't go to the basketball course thing. There's be some old dudes over there cooking young dudes. They be
I'm talking about the
cooking them.
NBA, bro.
Oh,
I'm talking about the highest level of talent on God's green earth. Like,
hey,
yeah,
it's
like,
I remember living in Jersey. It'd be a lot of dudes who didn't make like they was potentially like their potential wise they could have made the NBA and like cooked in the NBA, but they just didn't
who
go.
says who? Them?
That's them.
Nah.
I could have been a contender. Like, yeah, all right, motherfucker. Like, check. Shut the fuck up and pass me the rock, bro. What you talking about?
All right, y'all. It was cool. This was a cool one, though. Thank you, everybody, for joining us and everybody who donated. Apex Calibre, boy, Lance, Lord Shadow Hokage. Who else was it? I think it was one more person.
Apex. You said Apex.
Yeah.
On my end, I got my boy Toby. Toby out of the bayou. I can't say that. My bad. I want to disrespect you, Toby. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, we appreciate all y'all. Y'all have a good day, and see y'all on the next one.
Bet. Okay, more Dragon Ball content coming your way very soon. Not really, but yeah, appreciate it.
Dragon Ball.
Hey, man, we need to do something.
Daima
We need to
actually
mix it
coming
up.
out soon.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about Daima. I gotta watch that for my boy Toriyama. Just play my respects.
Yeah, we should definitely do a reaction for that if you're down.
Yo, we need to watch Windbreakers, bro. I heard that was fire.
What the hell is
Bro,
that?
we still live on the cloud?
Yeah, we are. Let me end it. Later, y'all.
Yo,
Peace.
we need to, peace.
Hey, yo, son, let my ninjas cook. Said, let my ninjas cook. Hey yo, welcome to the show, Cloud Ninja Podcast, ready to go. Broadcasting coast to coast with your hosts, ready to give you a dose. We got Barra B, the guy you come to see when it's late in the fourth and you need a 3. Next up, Free Game Nino, a god in the game like his name is Zeno. Then we got MELLO, they say he is a dream whose analytical mind so divine and supreme. That's the crew you'll listen to, so hear what they have to say. Talking manga and anime, damn near every day. They bring